All right, welcome to the Should Run with Gas podcast. I'm joined here with Kyle as always.
Finally, I'm in live in person.
Yeah, he actually showed up. Picked the worst day out of the year to drive here, and he makes it.
Yeah.
And the same with Paul.
It was a good ride in.
I'm sure it was.
Paul Carucci with the Old Iron Emporium.
I had, speaking of rides, I was doing the Polar Express train last night, and it started at 2. By the time that I left, at 2 o'clock when it started, there was no snow on the ground. By the time I left, there was 8 inches.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And I bailed out of there about 10 o'clock last night, and it took an hour ride. Took 2 hours to get home.
Well, I tell you what, I told you guys when I first got here, but Columbus, it was horrible. Like, my county road, your county road is beautiful compared to Columbus interstates. I didn't pass one snowplow until I hit Newark, Ohio.
You say that, but we just watched a snowmobile go up my county road.
I'm telling you, it was. I bet there was 4 inches of snow, slush, crap on the interstates on 670 coming this way.
Yeah,
Dead serious. I mean, you'd be cruising, I don't know, 55, 60, and all of a sudden you're down to 30. Like, and people just zoom by you like a bunch of chicks.
yeah, man. Kyle's walking over the house and hear an angry bumblebee, and he's like, "Is that a snowmobile?" And yeah, sure enough, there's look like 2 kids on a snowmobile, and then they got into some heavy snow. And went, like, somebody's gonna have to get off. I think
They got her out though.
they got out of it. That's something you don't see around here that much is snowmobiles.
We used to have snowmobiles, and we rode the hell out of them, and we used to go to Michigan and all that stuff. But the older I get, the more I hate this snow.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are lucky I got up and was motivated and plowed my driveway.
Yeah, you did.
It was nice.
Yeah. I'm like, man, people are showing up.
I think we got about 4 inches, 5 inches of snow on the ground.
That's what they were predicting for here, but we got about 7, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, and then this is that light, fluffy stuff, so it drifts.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be nice.
Yeah. My driveway at the house is going to be covered by the end of the day again from drifting.
Now you get to go Kubota out.
Yep. No, it's a simplicity.
Simplicity, whatever. It's orange.
Whatever.
So anyway, let's talk to Paul. Paul, what have you been into? Tell us a little bit about your
The Emporium.
the Emporium.
The Old Iron Emporium. I started that in 22, and it's just been a wild ride. I just like to share what I can. I like showing startup videos, informative stuff. I try not to do anything too crazy. I've enjoyed a few of the antics that come along with making fun of some spoof stuff, but
And copper head gaskets.
yeah. I don't think they made copper head gaskets back in the day on the engines I'm playing with. So,
Yeah, really.
But yeah, yesterday's entertainment with copper head gaskets was enjoyable.
Yeah, it was. I seen your. I didn't watch all of it, but I seen your. What was second attempt at making a head gasket video? Well,
Yeah.
what was the first attempt? I missed it.
Well, it was with a ball peen hammer, which is normally how I do them, and
Yeah.
I had done all the holes and everything but the center for the bore. And when I went to do the bore, I hit it a little hard and a little far from the edge, and it broke. And I decided the next round I would just cut it out and then use my leather hole cutters.
Yeah, I seen
on
that.
the block of wood. And it made it a nice quick gasket. And then I was critiqued on my technique that I should have used ball peen, which I said I did on the first round. So
Let me tell you, when you put stuff out, just from my experience with the YouTube, when you put stuff out for everybody to watch, you don't make anybody happy.
no, that's okay.
Yeah, I don't really care.
I enjoy the entertainment sometimes, and I'll keep doing what I know, and I'll learn some things here and there, and
you said what started in 22 with that, and you're up to about 4,000 people follow.
almost 4,500.
4,500.
So it's definitely grown since I had one that went viral back in August September era.
That's about 4,200 more than we have.
Yeah,
It doubled since that first video, and then I started doing a little bit more from that. I had never really put my face out there before, and I get a face for radio or. But it seemed to do okay. Every now and then I get the harassing thing about keep your face out of the way, but I don't care.
yeah.
They can have it.
That's what I run into with the YouTube stuff is I make a video. My idea when I start a video is I want to make it something that I would enjoy watching.
Yeah.
And I'm not making it for like a particular audience. I'm just telling a story, and this is kind of, you know.
I've been watching at Diesel Creek a lot here lately.
Yeah.
I watched him.
I don't know why. It's just something about like, will he get this thing right? Which I know he will. He usually does. It's just like, huh.
I haven't watched his stuff in a while.
Shit.
But yeah, I haven't watched his stuff in a while. I've watched a couple. Scrappy Industries, which is a buddy of his. I watched a couple of his. He had some weird 2-stroke diesel generator that GM built or somebody built that he got. It was kind of neat. I can't remember if it was like an opposed piston diesel, kind of like the Fairbankses or something like that. But he got it. But yeah, I haven't watched.
Well, doesn't your buddy that bought that tractor off me have a YouTube channel too?
Keith?
Yeah.
He does, but he hasn't put. I think he's only got like 2 videos on there.
Okay.
He's been doing more of the reels.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's got that RC he bought off of you.
He's almost got it running or close or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he just started doing it. He was actually messaging me earlier, giving me crap about my last video on YouTube.
What, with your little 6-horse back here?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't finished that video yet.
Oh, okay.
No, I midway through the filming of moving at Patton Brothers, I had broke my phone, and I've been using a Samsung Galaxy S24.
That's what I got.
Ultra.
That's what I have as well.
It's the Ultra,
Right.
and it has that one had a really, 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 really good camera on it. So I broke it to where I couldn't use the screen anymore. It wouldn't do anything. So I'm like, went to Verizon. I said, I want the 25 Ultra, expecting the same quality. I don't know if there's a setting change that I need to do or something like that, but I mean, he noticed it and I noticed it. Now, nobody in my comments that I've seen has said anything.
We're going to get on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have to.
Nobody in my comments
like
has
your phone sucks.
Yeah, nobody in the comments in my videos has said
now we'll be
anything.
getting those hecklers like, you should have an iPhone. Like,
No, I will not.
I will not own an iPhone. You couldn't give me one of those. No.
No.
I have an iPhone. I use it as my second phone, and then someone
I
doing
have
some
an
of those
iPhone.
videos by myself.
I have an
Dad's got
iPhone
one.
at work, and I hate that thing.
Dad's got one, and he's like, well, how do I do this? Well, I don't know. I said, throw that piece of shit away and get something you can use.
But yeah, midway through filming that, I broke that phone, and you can see at the beginning of the video, like crystal clear footage, and then at the end, it's like, there's something kind of off with this. And when I was editing, I was like, I crossed my fingers editing because I edit on a laptop. It's not made to edit, so I'm like, it just doesn't have enough processing power to, do the full 1080p or whatever it is, and it looks like it's filmed at like 720, and I don't know, maybe it is. Maybe I need to go and change the settings or something, but yeah, there's a significant difference.
Wow.
And I noticed it when it was outside. Now, like I was filming with this inside, and maybe it's lighting or whatever it was. It seemed fine filming for that 6-horse video, which hopefully
I guess I need to jump on board
done.
with this whole filming thing and just hang like a GoPro above my workbench.
Yeah. I'm going to try the Facebook thing out. I just started the Cast Iron Curiosities Facebook page. I don't know what I'm going to put on it.
I don't know how to, I can buy a GoPro, but how do you like edit the videos and stuff like that?
Some people, how do? You just do it on your phone?
I just do it on my phone.
Yeah, there's apps you can use on your phone. I actually have an editing program on my laptop, but I'm doing like 40-minute videos. So you gotta, and I don't know. I think a typical video of mine, I might have 30 different things I filmed, maybe 40 different short videos that I gotta. I mean, putting that together on your phone would suck. Like I guess you had like 10 or less for a phone. Probably all right.
I've learned to try to break it up in little pieces. So yesterday I did a video bringing the engine in, picking it up, and then I stopped the video, and then I set the camera on the other side so I could catch, because I didn't want to rotate and pan through all my junk.
Yeah.
So I mean, like when you went into like the fast forward speed, is there like a button you can push? Fast forward,
I taped it in hyperlapse.
Oh, okay.
So there's a hyperlapse record feature on the phone.
Okay.
So I have to stop that, and then I got to restart the video with slow-mo or normal.
Yeah.
And then if I want to hyperlapse, then I'll just go back to hyperlapse. You can do speed controls, but I'm really limited on my phone of doing sections.
And you're just using the same phone that I have.
Yeah. And I don't have any special editing software. It's just done with me being semi-creative at times.
I've never used you think somebody that's done YouTube for 2 years and would know how to operate his camera. I've never tried hyperlapse. I've tried slow-mo. The only thing I filmed in slow-mo on that is a buddy of mine had a M1 Garand gun, and we filmed it.
M1 what?
Grand, M1 Grand.
Garand.
Well, it's Garand if you want to be correct.
It's Garand.
It's Garand.
Since when? It's M1 Grand.
That's all I've ever known.
It's Garand.
Garand or Grand?
Grand.
That's what I thought. It was
M1
M1 Grand.
They're Garand.
Whatever.
Anyway.
A silent A in there.
Yeah. But he brought it up, and we wanted to film like the actual ejecting process. Like, you know, 'cause it's kind of neat to watch. So we went back in the woods, and which was stupid because when you film in slow mo, you got to have a bunch of light, and we're in the woods, so it's like a super dark video. And we're like, yeah, we can see it. That's really cool, but yeah, I'm not doing this again.
I put some YouTube videos up like 10 years ago. You know, like when you had the little. This is before we had smartphones. Like I think the BlackBerry might have been just coming out then. You get your little
20 years ago.
Pretty close. You get your little digital camera, you go out there and record some videos or whatever, and you take it in the house, put it in your SD card or whatever in the computer, or hook it up to the computer.
He's hooking it up to the computer.
Yeah, and transfer it over, and those were we were shitting in high cotton then, but I really haven't, I don't think I've uploaded a video in, hold on, stand by, let me look.
Just step up your game.
Shit, right? My game's terrible.
I just need more time to be out here to do stuff.
That's, I've been questioning how I have time, and
I don't.
a lot of my things are I just get an idea and go spend 5 minutes. Sometimes it's first cut. Sometimes I do 2 or 3.
I can't tell you how many times when you feel like you have a message or something you want to say, how many times I stand out here and just like pace around and talk to myself, trying to, that way I don't stumble. Like I do all the stumbling through the words prior to like actually turning the camera on.
I don't want a camera in my shop to record that.
Yeah. No,
well, if I put a camera above my workbench, it'd be comical.
Might have a lot of beeps on the YouTube.
Oh my God.
I would really love to give footage to somebody to edit to see what they would do with it. And like when I'm talking to myself, cause I usually cut all that stuff out. I'd love to see like how somebody like really knows how to edit could like put that together and make me look like a complete idiot. I think that would be interesting.
Cut out the good stuff and just keep the wild stuff.
Yeah, or put like a blooper reel at the end.
Whoops. That was 14 years ago.
Oh my!
Hold on, what was my last one? Videos.
Need to get Bo into this.
Dude, my last video I posted on YouTube was 7 years ago. It was a 1 3/4 horse air-cooled United. I wish I never sold that engine. Look at this little thing. I mean, it's just.
That's nice.
It was just on point, man. Huh. Yeah, 7 years ago.
There's one right back here.
I don't need another one.
It's for sale.
Damn it.
You said you wanted to come and buy something.
He did say that.
Yeah.
I didn't bring no cash.
Your credit's probably good.
Yeah.
That's what everybody tells me. Your credit's good. I'm like, no, we're not
Yeah.
doing that.
I'm 7 to 14 years ago was the last time I
anything.
posted anything on YouTube's.
Well, prior to me making videos, anything I used YouTube for was when I was selling stuff. I'd get something running. Take like a minute-long video, put it on YouTube, and then add the link into
Nice.
engine ads.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, here, follow the link. You can see it
Well,
run.
that's another guy we lost here recently.
Harry?
Yeah. He passed away.
Yeah.
I automatically renewed my subscription to that. $20 a year.
Yep.
Whatever.
Speaking of, like things like that, somebody posted, I think it may have been Joe Applegate, posted a thing about what used to be the engine shed. It was a chat room in the early 2000s.
I remember that.
Were you ever on it?
I think maybe a little bit, but not a whole lot. You had to go through Harry's to get on it, I think.
No, it was through Hit and Miss Enterprise.
Yes. I remember that, yes.
I remember being like 13, 14 years old hopping on there, and it was Tom Schoolcraft was on there.
Yep.
Norm Stobert, Ed that ran Hit and Miss Enterprise. He got on every now and then. Joe Applegate, Laura, I can't think of what her last name is. Her and her husband collected Famous.
Whatever happened to her?
I don't know. I can't think what her last name is, but
I know who you're talking about, but yeah.
She would get on there every now and then. There was a couple other guys that I think have passed away. And we was on it. It was like every Thursday or something like that. We get on there and just BS in this. There's like I said, there's only like no more than 10 people at a time on there.
Right.
But we just get on there and BS and talk about engines and whatever. And and then Tom Schoolcraft is on there just trying to tick everybody off by his
He was good at that.
His redneck antics.
This is all long before I was into the hobby.
Yeah.
I've always had the interest, but I never got into it till my late
This
30s.
is like when I had AOL dial-up.
Yeah, this is when LimeWire was still around, and ICQ and MSN Messenger and
MySpace.
You
had to put the code in to change the background on your...
Yeah. My only friend on MySpace was Tom, the creator, I think. I never used it.
I did.
I didn't.
I never had MySpace.
What?
I was not into that stuff at the time. I'm older than you guys.
I had to keep up with my peeps.
Yeah, your peeps.
I have none now. Very, very few.
I don't believe that.
More acquaintances.
Okay. Yeah, agreed.
So what else you been working on, Paul?
Oh,
Did you ever get that 3-horse Eaton going? You picked up at Kyle Springs, what,
I've had it running. I got a fuel tank for it. I was playing with the mixer some. I got to do some work on the mixer yet. It's close. I just haven't had the time to dedicate to it. So that's coming. I get 12 days of engines coming here between Christmas and New Year's. I plan to kick out some of those projects and get them knocked out and finished. So
what your 12 days of engines? What do you got lined up so far?
I can't let it out.
Okay.
It's kind of last minute. I have some ideas I get written in my phone, and when the day before hits, I try to have the next day done, and I don't have it planned out. Everybody thinks that I prepare. I'm a 2 feet in the fire kind of guy.
Yeah.
I need it now, and I just do it.
Yeah.
It comes out good. I can't complain. I've had a lot of good reactions with it. So
I operate the same way. I walk in here, I'm like, what am I going to do today? Because there's plenty of things to choose from.
Oh, speaking of 2 feet in the fire, we should probably say something about our little engine giveaway.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about it.
I'll let you do that.
Well, anyway, we all three got together. It's like, hey, we need to, have a little something to tell people thank you, I guess.
Yep.
So we got a little Briggs motor. I should have brought it with me. Little 5S, nothing special, but if it gets, we're going to give it away. Send your entries if you're 15. I think it's 15 years or younger. Send them to P.O. Box 45, Lewisburg, Ohio 45338. We're going to draw it. What did I say? January 1st.
Yeah.
And it just kind of hopefully we're trying to get a kid or somebody, a spark, interested into getting into this.
I
know me and you, that's what we started with.
Yeah.
I don't know what
I started with a 15 horse Patton Brothers.
you just went right
I
in.
went deep, and then I sold that because it was way over my head, and then I bought a 3-horse Z, and that's the one that really my first hit and miss Z, and that's the one that kind of ignited my fire. And
still got it?
Oh yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, I never let that one go. The Patton Brothers I let go for 5 years. A buddy of mine took it, got it running, and then I got it back. So that one's not leaving either. So I got my first engine and my first hit and miss engine. So those are staying.
So. Yeah, little Briggs and Stratton, like you said, to spark the interest on somebody.
Yeah, send your name in, your age, a phone number. That'd be handy, and then we'll draw, and whoever it is will give your parent, your guardian, a call and get your address. And we prefer to hand it off at a show, but we can ship it. Ain't no big deal. It can
small enough engine.
Yeah, it's small. 20 pounds or whatever.
Yeah, Continental 48 states.
Yeah,
only.
Continental. Yeah,
Continental 48
I'm
states.
not going to ship it to Alaska. Is there any collectors in Alaska?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Who?
Well, he lives in the continental U.S., but he has property up in.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
I'm sure there is.
Because O'Malley owns property in Alaska.
That's what we're talking about.
Oh, okay.
I guess we need to find out. Put the question out there. Is any
I know
collectors in Alaska?
I know there's a lot of shit up there.
I've been up to Alaska twice, and there's one guy up there the Fairbanks is that Justin and so there's 3 of those they brought back. There's
That's
a
correct.
4th one up there.
Oh,
that
really?
Somebody has in his run.
Really?
There's actually a video of it on YouTube at the Fountainhead Automotive Museum in Fairbanks.
Okay.
Nice.
Which that's a really cool place. They have some awesome stuff. If you ever go, if anybody ever goes up to Alaska, go to Fairbanks and look up Fountainhead Auto Museum and take your wife, because they have like period dresses in display cases. Like if you get into like the 20s and you have like all these flapper and clapper and skanky looking dresses that are like with the cars, like what they kind of make it like a theme, like you got this car here, like this car here, and they have like dresses and clothing from the time period. So it's kind of the couple of times I was up there, I went and started looking at, you know, cars, and who I was with was looking at the other stuff that, you know, like the dresses and things like that. Yeah. So it's kind of, you know, a little bit for everything or everybody. And they have some tractors and things like that up there. And I think there was an advanced steam engine out front. Doesn't run, but they got it all painted up.
Really?
And then I know that Fairbanks has been there. And then I think it was Anchorage that I flew out of.
I know Nome has a lot of stuff laying around up there.
Yeah. Fairbanks has a lot of stuff just because of gold dredging.
Okay.
There's actually what the heck's the name of that little... Yeah. I'll think of it later, but there's an abandoned gold dredge on private property right across from this little diner out in the middle of nowhere.
Really?
And I was just up there cruising around looking at like the old dredge fields, because it's weird when they had the dredge. It's hard to fathom they would be in these valleys, this, you know, floating dredge, and the tailing piles were like, I don't know, looked like a little caterpillar and went down through there, and it's just up and down little mountains for miles and miles and miles. Like I drove 45 minutes through all this stuff.
That's wild.
Well, then I'm driving 45 minutes, and then there's this gold dredge in the middle of nowhere, and there's a little lodge. Man, I'm trying to think of the name of that. But anyway, went and ate at the lodge, and then walked across over, and then was able to get on the dredge and walk around and take a look at it.
Explore.
It was up until the early 2000s. It was complete.
Really?
And arson burnt all the stuff down.
Fucking arson.
Now
That guy.
Yeah. Now there's an actual dredge in the same area that you can go and tour. Gold Dredge number 6 or something like that. It's just outside of Fairbanks, about like a half hour, 45 minutes, but you can walk through the whole thing, and it's cool.
What's the scale on that? Like, how big is a dredge?
Enormous. This is a 40 by 60 shop. It's probably as wide as this, but double the shop length. It's probably 40 by 100 or 120. Wow. 3 stories.
Wow.
Yeah, and then you have, you know, your dredge bucket that goes down the front, and the buckets are, I don't know, probably that wide, and they're all in a chain, and it just, you know, like a big giant chainsaw. And then it's got a conveyor that goes out the back that swings for your tailing pile. And then inside is, you know, it's got its own little blacksmith shop inside with line belts or line shaft going to power and equipment. And all them dredges, like up there, were run off of a central power plant. And then they had like electric cable about that big that ran to them.
Wow.
So the Fairbanks, I think it was the Fairbanks Expeditionary Company was who operated those in that area. And they had a power plant in Fairbanks, and then they ran like 60 miles worth of cable to these things. Wow. And they powered them from that power plant.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, yeah, it was that.
It's a crackhead's dream.
Yeah. And like I said, the cable's like that big, you know, and I'm assuming, I don't know if probably DC current going to them. And then you get inside of them, they have these enormous, you know, open frame electric motors in there. Big, you know, this big trommel. It's sorting all the gold and rocks and debris out. And, you know, this trommel's almost, you can walk through it. It's like this is holy moly.
That'd be worth seeing.
Oh, it's cool. It's
trip.
cool. Yeah, everybody that goes to Alaska always, when they come back, like, oh, you got to go there. And I'm like, oh, I can't be that great. And then you go there, I'm like, oh yeah. It's really cool.
A friend of mine, he used to go up there and go halibut fishing, and he'd bring a bunch of that halibut fish back, and he'd deep fry it up in Portland at swap meet, I'll sit out there.
Yeah.
It's like, consistency of chicken. It's probably about the only fish I'll eat. But do you think there's any collectors in Hawaii?
Probably. I'm sure there's. I mean, you got to think about it. I'm sure there's collectors for this stuff everywhere.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm
Sure, it's a different scale though.
Well, I'm sure.
I've
been watching some of them short videos on the Facebook machine, and you see the collectors in India and China wearing.
I was going to say like the
flip-flops and
Philippines and they have their little Kubotas and their little
right
things like that. I'm sure
you
there
tighten
is.
that up again.
No, I just thought it looked a little low.
Oh,
No, you're picking up fine.
Okay.
drooping.
Yeah, I'm sure there's stuff in Hawaii. If you're in Hawaii and you listen to us,
Let us know.
drop a comment.
Yeah,
It'd be kind of cool to
if
know.
you live in Hawaii.
Yeah. Or if you're just there visiting,
Well, I tell you
and
what,
find somebody.
We had a hell of a turnout there for the Kyle Springs swap meet. We had a guy from California, had a guy from Utah. We had Canadians, of course.
Eh?
They was eating poontang,
Poutine.
whatever. Who else do we have? There was somebody else. Texas. I don't know. It's like a global site. Oh, there was a guy from there, South Africa there.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He's a buyer for this guy in South Africa, and he travels the world and buys stuff and ships it back to South Africa.
I want that job.
No kidding, right? Super great guy. I think his name's Gustav. Real nice guy. I'm trying to think who else was.
I was excited my wife came this year.
Yeah, your wife came.
When she said I'm coming, I said, okay, that's
I
great.
think we had a good time. I had fun.
She hung out in the barn with the Tribners.
The little John Deere engine, or the little John Deere tractor. I think that Jake Hendershot was on it. I don't know, 6 or 7 hours.
A lot.
And then I was on the big forklift for a little bit. And then Knox, he was on that telehandler he had for ever. I mean, stuff was moving. People, I don't think anybody, there wasn't one person there that didn't sell something, didn't buy something, didn't trade something.
Yeah.
I mean, everything. It was happening.
It was a good show.
Yeah.
Good gathering.
So we got everything put away from that, and I'm trying to wrap my head around in April now. We've already started.
Yeah. You about have to.
Yep.
You got any more shipping containers coming in?
Not that I'm aware of. Well, there is a shipment coming in from Australia, but that stuff gets picked up over in Indianapolis at the there's this guy, Cheetah Transport, that all he does is send stuff back and forth to Australia.
Oh, okay.
So he's got a warehouse over in Indianapolis on the south side, and it's not very big, but there's some stuff coming in. I have to run over there and pick some stuff up here within the next, a month or so.
Okay.
I don't really know what it is, but it's coming in.
That's on my list. I want to do that, purchase something out of country and have it shipped in, just so I can say I did it.
It's
Kinda
easier
fun.
to get stuff out of Australia than it is anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean,
Really?
oh, yeah.
I've noticed that. I talked
Cheaper, too.
to Leslie a bunch, and he was trying to get me. He sent some stuff up Cool Spring this year. Campbell's, maybe a couple Campbell engines. I forget what they were.
Whites.
Is that what they were?
On Mark's trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were whites.
Okay.
3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was wanting to know if I was interested in one of them before they landed.
I mean, they'll probably make a nice engine. They would.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, you've seen what I buy.
yeah, but you got to take into account for what's needed versus the condition and everything else.
Yeah.
And where you're at price wise here versus where you're going to be price wise when you're done.
Yeah. That's what YouTube's for.
Maybe I should figure it out then.
No, that's how you offset.
I got you. You guys ain't made enough to quit your day jobs though, so
Well, if I quit spending my money, I
probably could.
offset.
Well, you're gonna retire.
I'd still have to work.
You're
but
gonna
I could-
retire in like 3 years anyway. So
Man, I would hope so.
You just have more time for YouTube then.
That's the goal. I want to get to a point. This is my goal for anybody listening. Go subscribe to me so I can do this. I want to be able to not necessarily live off of YouTube, but be able to pay my bills, work like a part-time at like Napa or something to have insurance, and then be able to spend more time like screwing around with this stuff. Because I like buying projects.
I think we all do.
But you can get in over your head on like a decent project. Like I bought that. I was showing you that head for that air motor.
Yeah.
So that engine, that air motor, as it sits, I bought it out of Wisconsin, I think. Paid $3,200 or $3,800 for it, and I have every bit of that in just the head that I had cast.
Upside down.
So
But,
it's
what?
like a.
Who gives a shit though?
But
If it's a piece you're keeping, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter as much.
But I guess my thought is I'm okay spending that money if I'm making a video and the video is giving me a return.
Right.
Because like at Fairbanks there, that nobody would do anything with. It came off of an oil well. I bought it with these Patton brothers, that Fairbanks, and a little like a ZC 52. Paid like $900 for it all or something like that. It was less than $1,000, and that video, that single video, is almost 1 million views, and
Wow.
I think it is like the video, like the life of that video is made,
No kidding.
and I have $700 in that engine.
And everything.
Yeah, like buying a cart for it. And
Right.
Wow. I'm excited over my 100,000 views. I'd love to have a million views video. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome.
I
I
have to
love
pay
it.
people to watch my shit.
But that's kind of like my thought process is like, okay, if I can put something interesting out there and put it back into like other projects, I don't feel bad spending the extra money because I'm not spending my paycheck.
Yeah.
And I'm getting an engine run that probably wouldn't normally run. That
Right.
would probably get parted out for, because like when I bought that 10 hopper Stickney, I was bidding against guys that were bidding on parts because the freaking auction company had that in 5 different lots at Stickney.
Really?
Yeah. I had to buy,
Wow.
the 10 hopper was on a pallet with other junk by itself. I think that was the first thing it sold. I bought it. The Governor was on a pallet by itself.
I hate when they do that shit.
Piston. Trying to think the piston and small pieces were on a pallet. The coil, the factory coil, was stuffed underneath some stuff on another pallet. So I had to buy 4 pallets to get the parts before the engine. The engine crankcase sold last. So I had to buy all the parts, which cost me like $3,000 just to buy the parts. And then it got to the engine. Nobody bid against me on the engine. I paid like $400 for the crankcase.
Right.
Crankcase and flywheels. $1,000 for the hopper, $1,000 for the Governor, I think is what it was. The coil was on a pallet that I paid like maybe $200 for because nobody knew it was there. And then I walked over to the pallet and pulled it out, and Jay Troyer on Rosevink, and I forget who else was there. I was like, "Wow, how'd you know that was there?" I'm like, "I don't know. You guys just slacking apparently." and I think the odds and ends, like the piston and stuff like that, I paid like $500 or $600 for. So I think I got like $4,700 in that engine. Now it's worth substantially more than that, but
Yeah.
I'd had it. The head was missing. I got a hold of Kip Maggard. Had a pattern for a head.
He had a pattern.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think the pattern was of the head that was off of mine.
Oh.
So the story I got is the reason that one got all tore apart. The guy in Texas had it, and somebody else that came up in the 2018 or 2019 almond auction that had a 10 hopper in it.
Okay.
That was pretty rough and rebuilt. The head that was on that, I'm told, was gone or missing, or was broken up real bad. And whoever was restoring it found about the one in Texas, which is the one I have now. And I think the guy in Texas, before he passed away, sent his head up to Kip.
Okay.
He made a pattern off of that head that was on mine, supposedly sent it back, and then it never showed up because a bunch of people I talked to told me that engine was complete prior to like.
Where was that auction at?
It was a craft auction over in Indiana.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah,
It was a few years ago.
probably 3 years ago.
Yeah, with the Stickney, right?
Yeah, with the Stickney. Yeah. So I think it's the head. It's just a recast of the actual head.
Okay.
So I got that. The only thing that I've not been able to track down is a main bearing for the connecting rod.
Okay.
But it's a bolt-on brass one. So if I just get somebody to let me copy it,
Right.
I'll have one copied and should be able to. Like I said, I got everything else for it. I even found a hot tube for it.
Okay.
The gasoline hot tube.
We found one for the Harvard.
The Harvard. Yeah. Same thing. It's the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't remember who had it. Somebody did. Or maybe it came with the engine. But anyway, we got one for the Harvard. But Jimmy's been working on that quite a bit here lately, and he's making some good progress. We're going to, he's going to, I say we're, but he won't let me do nothing.
It's getting done though. So.
Oh yeah, he's getting there done. He's going to put everything together. We're going to run it just off of like a spark plug and a timer just to get it running.
Yeah.
And then we'll tear it all back apart and clean everything up, and we're going to paint it. Only because there's some repairs in the cylinder that we had to make, and I mean he's done a beautiful job.
Yeah.
But it's just we're just going to paint it up. We're going to use linseed paint, I think, that or like a dark carmine red automotive paint with a no metallic and a flattener.
Yeah.
I already got the skid built for it. The presentation base is built.
Yeah.
That was like one of the first things I did. He's like, "Well, you jumped the gun there." I said, "Well, hey, it's done."
Yeah. I don't have to worry about it.
Right. He's been working. We're looking for bevel gears now. I didn't think it'd be such a problem to find bevel gears, but obviously it is.
Yeah. Companies that make them, they're very expensive.
Well, I mean, yeah, and it's just like they don't want to deal with. I mean,
One set, and they want to
Yeah.
build a bunch.
and I understand that, but there's got to be something out there somewhere in this world that we can match these things up to. The world is a big place, we got to find something.
Well, enough about our projects. What do
I
you
want to
got?
hear about what Paul's working
Yeah.
on.
We brought you down here and we just, me and him was BS. And
That's all right.
besides 12 days of Christmas that you won't talk about,
12 days of engines, not
I got,
Christmas.
12 days of engines.
12 days of engines.
Harbor Freight has 12 days of.
What's the last thing you actually, like, something you actually restored or, like, got going? That was a project, I guess.
Well, the one I'm working on right now, which is going to be part of my 12 days, and I'll talk about it, is a 5-horse economy style block Hercules. We don't know what tag is on it. It's got a yellow tag like a Canadian built Hercules, but it's a U.S. built engine. It has a natural gas mixer on it, which is killer for me.
Yeah.
I have the 1.5 one. Now I get the 5-horse that matches it with the same style mixer. I finally found a parts engine to get all the governor stuff because it was missing all the governor off of it and everything. So that is my first day of 12 days of engine, is the complete spread of parts as we get it completely tore apart.
Yeah.
And then I hope to, by the end of it, have it put together and running.
That'd be cool.
It would be a
By
neat-
like the 12 days or into the video.
by the end of the 12 days.
Oh, okay.
That's going to be the first part of the 12 days, and hopefully by the end I get enough time to squeeze it together and make
Are
it
you
run.
doing your 12 days? Is it 12 different engines or just 12 different?
It's 12 different topics
12
usually.
different topics,
You
okay.
know, day 5 is generally something around my 5 brass magnetos.
I vaguely remember last year, but they were.
I always run my 9-horse on the 9th day,
Yeah.
which is always New Year's Day.
Yeah.
So I always come in New Year's morning and run my 9-horse. But there's going to be a couple other people show up this year for that, I think.
Okay.
Maybe you should run your 12 on the 12th day.
I used the 12, I think, last year on the 12th days, but it could. I'm trying not to duplicate too
I
much.
really want a 12. Like, that's just.
I tried to sell you mine.
It didn't have that base, and it just didn't look.
It's on a rolling cart. What do you want?
That's the problem. It's on the cart.
You want me to take it off, put it on a Prezo base? You want to build the Prezo base, and then I'll bring the engine.
No, we just need a skid. I'm skid people.
Okay.
It's nice and it's painted.
Is
It's
it?
pretty.
I don't remember seeing it.
It's green.
Is it green?
It's
The only thing that
it's
needs
hit
to
and
touch
miss,
up
isn't
the
it?
head.
It's hit and miss. Isn't
No,
it?
it's throttle.
Is it? Okay, so
Just
it's
like
throttle
yours.
line.
Throttle or two, yeah.
It's the E,
Okay.
so it's got the Webster mag on it. But
I need to get my life in check here and start organizing my stuff.
Same
I'm
here.
sure there's something you have that I like. We could figure
Oh, I
something
don't
out.
know. I ain't got a whole lot.
Shut up.
I really don't.
I want an Oil City Boiler Works engine.
I had one of those.
Yeah, he had one. It's right there.
I had to simplify my life, and I got overwhelmed with projects. Like
You don't say.
I did, and like I it was like claustrophobia of projects, and it's like I'm almost there again too. So it's like,
I don't know if you know the story on that Oil City Boiler Works, but me and him, Dave McCrae's auction, it was in Marietta last year. Mm-hmm. We both go down, and it was me and him and Winland. And we were the only three that were bidding on that engine. Well, we were about the only three hardly buying much there.
yeah.
And
That's a good day.
yeah. Well, until you got to that Reed model that went for
Yeah, but
this stinking huge
that was
amount.
probably one of the nicest
It was.
remodels I've ever seen in my
It
life.
was.
Off
But
the-
Quarter scale.
yeah,
yeah.
I think it brought 12,000.
Yeah. Oh, it was. We're all
I
standing
have
there.
a kit.
Paul, it was.
There's an actually the eighth scales in the house in my miniature standard rig. It actually fit right inside of it. Looks pretty cool.
Nice.
But we're at the auction, and I went down there, and this is how you can tell how serious I am about buying something if I show up with a trailer or not. Well, this is how unserious I was. I drove the Colorado down there, so
Well, we drove. How far is Marietta for you here?
hour and a half.
Okay, well, we drove 4 hours. Me and Jimmy did
Yeah,
from
with
the
no
house
trailer.
the night before.
Yeah.
Stayed in a motel room, no trailer, just the truck. To buy whatever.
So I show up and I'm like, then things are going for like half a decent price. And I'm looking this Oil City Boiler work over, and I knew he was going to want it, and I know Tom was going to bid on it, and I think you let me and Tom hash it out, and then you was like the last bid or two. I'm like, you prick. so then I got to thinking about it. I'm like, I should have went more. So I messaged him like that day. I was like driving home. I'm like, hey, when you're ready to get rid of that, I'll give you X amount of dollars. And out of the blue, like 3-4 months later, he goes, you still interested in Oil City? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, same price? Yeah. I'm like, all right, I'll be down.
Well, I had to buy the engine. I had to buy all the parts come with the engine, but I had to buy the tag that you lost.
That I still haven't found. I think it's on I-70 somewhere.
I had to buy the tag from Tom, and I had to buy the hot tube chimney from Tom. So that got me for an extra couple hundred. I'm like, mother trucker.
Yeah, I haven't pulled the parts out of there. I mean, unless it's laying inside of something.
I think it is. It was in there. I had all that stuff together.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't.
It's just a little bitty thing.
Yeah, and I thought when I unloaded it off the trailer that if it would have fell off on the trailer, it'd still been on the trailer.
Right.
Unless it fell out of the side of it.
I couldn't imagine that
Might
happening.
have caught the wind.
I don't know.
I mean, it was like a little cast brass.
It's a
tag.
cast
I
brass.
mean,
It wasn't a tin.
Yeah, I mean, it had some girth
heavy,
to it.
Heavy tag. Yeah.
You're 2100. Somebody's going to find out and be like, "Oh, look at this!
Yeah. Why was this here?
Secret treasure must be worth millions."
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully I gotta. That's in the list of when I get my forklift fixed. I want to move that over there and like kind of throw it back together. And hopefully when I'm throwing it back together, I'll find the tag.
Well, allegedly, all the valve stuff is done, ready to go back together. I mean, I don't think it's a huge project, but
I've never seen one of them run in person.
Drew Talbert has a couple of them.
I found a video that somebody posted like 6 months ago on YouTube, a not pretty red painted up one. It's like a 30-second video of it running. I'm like, I'm glad I bought this. That looks really, really good. And then, it has that weird intake mixer deal. Hangs
Well, there
above
was
the head.
another one that sold
Yeah.
recently.
Over in PA.
Yeah, in that auction, and it brought like stupid money.
15, I think it was like 15,000.
Yeah, that guy whoever bought it got crazy, but it takes two,
Yep.
Yep.
They also advertised the 8-horse
Reed
Reed as a
six.
6-horse,
Yeah.
and it went to Texas, and the guy that bought it is not very happy.
I would imagine not. There's a big difference in them two
Oh,
engines.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And a big difference in price too.
Yeah.
Huge difference in price.
One of these days, I'm going to buy a big project like that. I've bought all little projects so far.
Well, I mean, like with that, it's all there, but it needs bearings poured. And then once you get into doing that, then who knows? Like, I haven't really looked at the cylinder. I don't think the cylinder's that bad.
Yeah.
And the rings probably need replaced and things like that. But
We got a big project coming in, but I can't really say too much about it until it's home.
I got a really big project. It's going to be next year. That 6 horse, 300 horse 6-cylinder Fairbanks sitting down the road.
That's a big engine.
big vertical Fairbanks Y
Okay.
diesel. Yeah.
I like that reaction.
I tell you what, you cannot beat the sound of like a Fairbanks Y, 10, 15, 25 horse, whatever. You cannot beat the sound of them sitting there running. I mean, they're just smooth, and when they're on point, they will put you to sleep. I mean, it's just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, I'm anxious to. I was going to dig a foundation for it, and then winter kind of hit early, so we could try to get foundation poured in on concrete, and that hadn't happened. So that's probably going to be a late spring thing, but it's complete and would probably run.
Big project coming.
Nice.
I'll fill you guys in after a bit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Where are you putting the big engine at?
So there's a Country Crossroads of Education Showgrounds in Dresden.
Awesome little show. I
You
didn't get
probably
to go this
came
year.
in that way,
Yeah. No,
or did you come in from Zanesville?
I don't even know. Done 77.
77 to 36.
At that point, I was on the phone, not paying much attention, and letting GPS say,
Yeah.
go this way.
Well, you would have noticed it when you came in. They got a little railroad,
Okay.
and there's like 2 or 3 cranes there. There's a Bay City shovel, big 4-story mill, gas station.
I must have missed that.
Yeah.
It's a neat show.
Yeah, it's.
We were going to go this past year on the way home from Cool Spring, but
I've
Rachel's,
heard that for
well,
2
Rachel's
years.
like, I just want to get home.
I heard that for
And I'm
2
like,
years.
Okay.
It's good you didn't, because Saturday was
It
a great.
rained.
Saturday was a great day, and then Sunday it rained, and nobody even. I went down Sunday and loaded the golf cart and the tractor up, took him home, and then threw tarps over the engines. Got them on Monday.
Yeah, we camped out up at Cool Spring here in the fall.
You need to try my method. Bring a big trailer, put the wife's car in the back,
Yeah.
and you can drop her off wherever.
Well, I had the camper behind us.
I did that first year to your fall
did,
show.
yeah.
When
That was great.
When I took the engines down to the show this year, I got that grapple truck outside.
Yeah.
I loaded everything on that grapple truck and just drove it down. And then
That's
I just,
awesome.
I just picked everything off and set it there, and then drove the grapple truck back home. And I showed up there, and there was guys. The show started on Friday. I think I took stuff down on Wednesday, and there was people coming in and out. And I had 2 guys come over with cameras and was taking pictures of me. I'm like, yeah, you don't really see this every day.
No.
You don't see an idiot with a grapple truck.
It's
moving
fantastic.
stuff. I love that thing.
What will that lift?
I lifted that Superior, 6,000 pounds.
That's awesome.
I moved that Patton Brothers that's up there.
Hey, Bo and I were just watching that video the other night.
Yeah, I moved that Patton Brothers up there. Windland brought the Superior up on, so we did that on a Saturday. He brought it up on Sunday because I had hauled the power home. And I'm like, he's like, how you unloading it? And I'm like, well, I plan on using the grapple truck. He goes, will it lift it? And I'm like, well, we're going to find out.
Right.
And I backed right up to him, and he's basically right below me, and it never even struggled.
Yeah.
I barely cracked the valves open and just picked it right up.
Nice.
I bought that thing from work to resell because I didn't
No,
pay.
it's staying
No,
here.
it's staying.
That's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's.
Andy's a shirt pocket.
Oh man, that thing's the greatest thing ever. I love that. There's a off-road Grove crane that's for sale. I'm like a 30-ton.
That'd be awfully handy.
It's a 30-ton. I'm like, huh? I'm like, I could move whatever.
Well, we were watching that video, and we've been watching, like I said, a lot of Diesel Creek, and Bo's like, Dad, we need one of those old cranes to put out back for a flagpole. And I'm like, hell yes. And Rachel's like, hell no.
That'd be perfect.
We need to give that guy some lifting lessons.
Yeah.
I watched somebody flip that. He had that big diesel engine trying to stand it on the end, and I was watching the straps about slide off the fork, and then oh my.
What was this at?
On Diesel Creek.
Oh, I ain't seen that one yet.
I was watching that going, "Ugh." Oh man.
I'll tell you, I moved
There's a
that
lot to do in that steam show not too far from here.
Brownsville.
Is it Brownsville?
Yeah, it's Brownsville, PA.
Yeah.
That's about 2.5 hours, 3
Okay.
hours from here.
I'm going to continue to watch this stuff. I've
Oh,
seen
yeah.
it popping up more
I like
and
him.
more.
I do. I've met
Yeah.
him.
The only thing that makes me
2 years
cringe
ago,
is
I
when
met
it hits
him.
some Detroits with that starting fluid. It's just
Oh.
like,
They run fine.
But at least he has a little something to throw over the intake or something.
Yeah. Speaking about stuff about falling off, I was moving that Superior in on the forklift, and I thought I had it tilted back far enough. And, it wasn't very far off the ground. But I was coming in on the lip from the apron to inside the garage, and the forklift went up, and it kind of came back. Well, when it came back, the engine started to slide off.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, oh.
One small tip on that.
Yeah.
Little piece of cardboard.
I usually just chain them to the mast.
Cardboard between the engine block and the steel fork.
It's metal and metal.
It's incredible how much cardboard does.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Well,
That's a
worth
great
it.
idea.
I've watched, we tried to pull a piece of steel off a truck, and it would just slide and slide. My buddy said, go get one piece of cardboard, stuck it under that whole plate, just drug right off. I was like, that is not right. It just drug it.
That's a good idea.
I
got cardboard everywhere.
I got little blocks of wood and stuff laying all over the place at the house.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't even confident that the forklift was going to bring it in, so
Oh, hell.
I was pretty sure I was going to get stuck.
We loaded a couple tractors out yesterday.
Did Keith get another one off of you?
No.
I seen he had a video yesterday or a picture or something of him with another Alice.
No, he was going to, but there was a deal working out before he, whatever. But we loaded a couple tractors out yesterday, and the little forklift, it's been a trooper this whole time except for this one tractor. So I got the big heister out, and I went into the back of it, and it had a front end loader on it. So I got the forks on the front end loader frame, and it's kind of had the hitch underneath the mast, so it just kind of hold it there. I picked it up. I'm just cruising through the driveway, and the Hispanics were there working on drywall, and they all come out and was like looking at me like, what's this hombre doing? I just picked it up, set it right on this dude's trailer, and it worked out fine.
Well, you surprised me with that. Whatever you loaded for Cavias, whatever that thing it was he bought that I was yelling at would watch my fenders.
Oh yeah, that little
Tangy or
Tangy, yeah.
When I was surprised that little forklift of yours picked it.
I tell you what, that little thing's an animal.
I was like,
it's rated for 5, but it'll pick up way more than that.
You had it, and you had the mast way up there. I'm like, he's going to fall forward. I'm like, and you never did.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that rating's 24-inch out, X amount high, full
Well, I
tilt.
had the extension forks on, and we're out there. I mean, we're getting this done.
Yeah, his mast is up, forks are above the engine, the engine's hanging, and he has to get it up above the fenders on my trailer. So I mean, I'm like,
all those engines come out of them shipping containers except for one we used the big forklift on. Other than that, they all come out. Yeah. Even that piano-based slide valve come out of the back of that shipping container with that little 5,000-pound forklift long ways.
Holy
wow.
moly.
Rachel's like, you going to be okay? I'm like, hey, we just got to go down with it. I mean.
Yeah. That heister I got, it's a 13,000 pound.
If these guys seen, I mean, I shouldn't say this, but if they've seen the way it's sketchy, but it works.
How else you're in a small shipping container. You're
it's in a 40-foot shipping container.
Yeah, but like width, you're not.
Yeah, you're 8 foot wide.
Yeah.
But, we're also 4.5 feet off the ground. Mm-hmm. So you had to have something to get them.
Yeah.
I'd love to buy a loading dock, but
build one.
Well, I thought about that.
It's just dirt and some railroad ties. I know you have some railroad ties. I brought them to you.
I have a use for those. I have a use for those. It's one of these days projects. I'm hoping to have that done this summer.
Then we can start building it.
What?
Let's move the.
Well, we're going to move the caboose out back, and then we're going to turn that into like a guest house.
B&B.
Or something,
I think it's just going to be a bed in bed.
Probably. It might have a toilet.
A bed. You can get about 8 beds in there.
We'll put a little air conditioner in it. And
put a mini split.
Yeah, or something, yeah. And just have a toilet in there just so you can set up a water tank with a water pump, like an off-grid type of thing. Just have a toilet going down in the ground just to get rid of the poopy.
Yeah.
You need a shower, you get baby wipes.
Yeah. Now we're on the topic of cabooses. Not far from here is a wooden caboose from B&O.
Oh, yeah.
And I've talked to the guy, but he wouldn't put a price on it. I think he wants too much money for it.
I love my caboose. It's cool. If I had to buy one and bring it in there, I wouldn't.
Well, this, like yours, is the steel, more modern. This is a wooden one, and it's super short. It's probably 15 foot shorter than yours.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, it's a I don't know, it's probably from the 30s or something like that. But it's a wooden side, steel frame, wooden side. It's what you think of like an old school caboose, and it's literally like a 10-minute drive from here.
Right.
There's actually two of them. There's another one over the hill this way.
Well, like I said,
but it's rough.
if mine wasn't there, if Grandpa wouldn't have pulled that in, I would have never had one.
Yeah.
They just bring too much.
Well, no, it's not that.
It's just a lot of headache.
Yeah, I mean, I got to pay property taxes on that stupid thing.
Really?
Yeah,
It's movable.
it's over 200 square feet. So anything over 200 square feet in Montgomery County, Ohio, you got to pay property taxes on.
Your county sucks.
I said it's literally on wheels. I said nope, over 200 square feet. What about a semi trailer? Well, they're like 198 square feet or something. I'm like, no, they're not. They're bigger than that.
Yeah.
Well, you can hook those up and take them down the road. I said, hook this up and take it down the road. Yeah. You wouldn't like it, but I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got 2 shipping containers at my old building, and the property or the town manager said, you know, if they're there more than 12 months and we have to charge you tax. I said, well, I own like 39 lots here. I said, so if I just move them lot to lot, he goes, I said, I get different deeded parcels. Like, we can play the game if you want.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I just pay my $25 and don't worry about it.
Yeah. I'm fortunate, like here, kind of fortunate. My property taxes doubled last year. They went through and revalued everything.
That was nice.
Yeah. It's like, you got to be kidding me. But
they say that goes up every, 5 years, but it sure seems to be the last 3 years, ours has been going up and up and up.
when I say it doubled, it literally doubled.
Yeah.
The rest of the acreage behind the house in 23 was like 88,000. And in 24, after the reevaluation, was 180.
I always just tell them to send me a check.
Yeah, and 15 acres of it has been logged, so it's not even, timber crop. 12 acres of hayfield, 15 acres of timber crop or forest.
I always just tell them to send me a check. They're like, "Oh, we're not interested in buying it." Well, then how do you say it's worth that much?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
If you're not interested in buying it, how's it worth that much?
Land around here.
First of all, it's not for sale.
Yeah, land around here
So how do you put a value on something that's not for sale?
goes for like 10 to 15,000 an acre.
Okay.
I really think they should do away with property taxes.
Except for the property in front of me, it's $72,000 an acre.
I'm going to buy 3 foot of that property, please, sir.
It's so stupid. Whatever.
It's crazy. It's almost $2 a foot.
It's nuts. And there's 900 acres there. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I mean, corporations have it. But
Somebody's looking for generational wealth.
you think?
We're not going to find it that way.
Yeah.
No, I'll still be a refuge relocation specialist.
Trash man.
Yeah. Welcome to the conversation.
Yeah. Shut up. Let's talk about robots. Isn't that what you do for a living?
It is what I do for a living.
So, what are you, like a robot mechanic, or are you an installer, or just kind of a little bit of everything?
So we're what they call a robot integrator. So we buy robots and build
Mr. Roboto
machines
over there.
with them. I do go by the name Mr. Roboto.
Omodomi Gato, Mr. Roboto.
But we design and build machines that use robots, mostly robotic welding.
Okay.
So MIG welding.
So you're using like the arms and.
We buy the arm, we buy the welder, and then we design and build the full machine.
Okay.
And then install it to the customers. So it's a good time.
Is that like including all the programming that goes along with it, or is it the robots show up with kind of like that?
We teach them, basically we go through a 1-week course with the customer on their machine once it's installed. And we prefer if they have a fixture too.
Yeah.
And we teach them how to program it. And generally they take off and run with it, and then they continue to build fixtures and as they grow it. But
now, are they the same, if they're doing repetitive, is it kind of the same as like setting up like G code for like a CNC or something like that, or
completely different. You have a pen that you drive it around like a Game Boy.
Okay.
The new stuff, there's cobots where you grab the robot and put it where you want it.
So that's where you're marking your.
We
that
deal
way
with
it gets
industrial
its
robots
idea
mostly.
in space and okay.
So anywhere there's production welding requirements.
Yeah.
We do little stuff to big stuff. I don't touch automotive. That's a whole nother world.
Yeah.
But we do a lot of automotive suppliers that build parts for automotive, but I don't deal with any direct. They're always direct with the manufacturers. So
Yeah. I can see where that'd be a headache.
Yeah. They got people that live there. You have a window of opportunity. If you're down their production, they'll squash you like a bug. They don't care.
Yeah, they'll just move on to the next guy.
You're holding them up.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't meet their demand.
Yeah.
Pretty cutthroat then.
On that side, that's why I don't touch it.
I got you.
You won't catch me on
How'd
that.
you get into that?
I worked for a company that started it back in 2006.
Okay.
And when they closed their doors in 2013, I talked to my wife, and we decided to jump 2 feet in. And I had a customer base. I was the guy that went and seen the customers. Okay. You know, I ran the integration facility already, so I did everything but sales, so I just had to figure that out. And nobody likes me, but I do okay.
Hell, Paul, you can sell ice cubes to an Eskimo.
That's what my dad tells me.
I like it.
It's fun. It has its ups and downs like any job, but you know, my customer base is fantastic.
You ever seen that robot where he stirs coffee?
I like the one that makes drinks. We were down at Florida last year, and it poured the drink in a martini glass, and then it made a palm tree. It inserted and put little dots and made a palm tree in the alcohol. Like, it was the neatest
so it was
thing.
injecting,
It was injected little dots,
layers.
and it would make a 3D image of a palm tree inside the drink, and then obviously
I
it
think
dissolved
your wife
once you
needs like a
stirred
miniature
it.
robot on her countertop. To like, you know, I want a martini with a palm tree.
Give it time, they're coming.
Yeah.
This AI stuff is crazy.
Well, I've seen on Facebook arms for sale.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, that's
want one?
something I never thought I'd. I have. Yeah.
I want to make a mailbox. That's one of my.
Here's an
I have
idea.
an extra.
No, could you get one to start an engine?
I would have to get a pretty good size one to get enough torque loads on it.
Yeah.
To be able to roll an engine over.
I mean,
I guess a small one. Maybe just get a little powered wheel and we run it against it. A little horse and a half.
I have an idea for
That'd
that.
be a
We'll talk
blast.
later.
Okay.
I have a super great idea, and it's really not a bad idea. I just got to figure the right. I need one piece. I need one part to complete this whole entire idea, and I cannot find that part.
Let's figure it out.
It's super crazy and it's super awesome.
Okay.
And you can do it. Hell, let's just talk about it. So here I am sitting on my office chair one morning, scrolling the old Facebooks. Up pops a video of somebody starting a big prairie tractor with a cordless Milwaukee whole hog.
Yeah.
I'm like, if that son of a bitch will start that tractor, it'll start one of these engines. So I have this in my mind to build a little metal frame out of 1/2-inch plate or whatever. Put 2 bearings on the sides. I need a roller, like a neoprene roller, 4 inches by 3 inches in diameter, whatever.
Yeah.
1/2-inch hole in the center. You run, put that inside that metal frame, run that shaft through it. On the outside, put a sprocket. Mm-hmm. Take a whole hog or of equivalence.
Yeah.
Put a stick on it. Mount your whole hog on there with a 1/2-inch drill chuck. Put another sprocket in a little chain drive, so you got your torque. Right there's your torque ratio. These things already have crazy torque. I mean, they already got 1,400 pounds of torque anyway. So if you change that, 1 to 2 or 2 to 1, however, whichever it is, you're going to multiply your torque.
Yeah.
So therefore, you got that. The only thing you got to do is just put it up against an engine and turn it on. How hard is it?
Yeah.
So the only thing I got to find yet is the stupid drive roller.
Yeah.
And
it shouldn't be that hard to find.
I can have it made, but they're super expensive. So I got to find something to get around that.
I'll
Why can't
donate
we
some
use
money.
a tire?
Huh?
Why can't we use a small tire and make a hub for that?
I guess you could, but I just want to, I'm trying to keep it small, compact, somewhat lightweight, because I want to set it up to, when I'm working in the shop at home by myself, it's like, okay, I'm trying to tune this thing. I'm trying to crank on this thing. I need to fiddle with this, fiddle with that. Well, I can't be 2 places at once. Mm-hmm. And I really don't have no help at home. I mean, Rachel could help me, but I ain't going to let her crank. And, she's like, well, you're yelling at me to turn the gas off. Well, no, we're not playing that. So if I can just take this little starter gizmo and just go, bzzz, I can sit there and also their speed, you can, adjust the speeds.
Yeah.
So not only can you start the engine, you can also set your governor. variance on your governor too. Okay, I want it to latch out at 200 RPM. I want it to latch in at like 75 RPM. So I know it can be done. It's just a matter of putting one together. I want to be able to take that unit and either take it to a show with me or go down my line of engines and start just about everything I got.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we're not going to be starting the 50 horse Fairbanks with it or the 65 patent, but I'll be able to start most everything I own.
15 horse and under.
I would think so, yeah.
That'd be neat.
I mean, it's just an idea. I mean, in whole hogs, you can get them things $300. So you might have 500 or 600 in this whole entire ordeal by the time you're done with it. But
I can draw everything in CAD.
So that's another thing I need to
learn.
learn.
Get it mocked up. That's not a big deal.
I mean, I just need to learn how to do CAD. But I mean, it's. I just need to sit down in the shop, start cutting pieces out of steel, putting things together. This and that, and it's just one of them things. Is just got to figure out. But I got to find me a stupid drive roller. That's the only thing that's holding me up right now.
Huh.
I wonder if like a old small forklift wheel.
But see them, they're heavy.
Doesn't hurt to have weight. It's going to be supported by the bearing. Doesn't matter what the weight is.
Well, I understand that, but I got to pick it up and carry it.
We're big guys.
Yeah, I know, but we ain't getting no younger either.
That's true. He's going to have a cart to carry his.
He's looking towards the future when he becomes an older man.
I mean,
a few years on that yet.
I mean, it's just hard to tinker on stuff and try to get this and that run them, and we got to adjust this and this and this, and
I want to keep all these.
Me too.
I ripped that one off, but I got it reattached.
Lucky. I tell you what, that everybody's like, you gotta watch that cold weather, that little stub will start hurting. I said, nah, you're full of shit. You gotta keep a glove on that little sucker.
This one still, when they pinned it back together, the very tip of it is the first thing it starts hurting. Like if it starts getting cold, that's the very first thing it starts hurting.
Yeah, I still have to find like the tip of my finger will itch. I have to find the nerve
to itch it
and itch it. Yeah, just to satisfy it. But it's getting better. I can still, I'm able to bend it more, and I mean it's still tight.
Looks like it's moving pretty good.
Oh yeah.
My dad was missing this
the
one.
Old tickler there,
Yeah, we hated it. Dad called it the nubbin.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he'd rub that in your chest.
Oh
boy.
Well, it's still pretty tender. I mean, I've hit it a couple times. It's like, ouch.
Yeah, he was 15 when he did it, so his is no longer tender.
Right.
Well, that's when I did this. I was a sophomore, freshman year to sophomore year. I ripped it off.
Yeah. I couldn't believe how many people reacted when I did that post about the hit and miss engine taking a finger off. And how many guys were like, "Yeah, we did."
Yeah.
There was a pile of people that had little things that come up.
I'm in that one. I'm in that group. I
am a lot more careful now than I was.
I dropped an engine on that, and I was underneath. It was a horse and a half Fairbanks Z. I was pulling it off of a little cart, and when it came off the cart, the front dropped, and I couldn't hold it anymore. Well, I tried to get my hands out. Well, in the process of trying to get my hands out, it landed on it, and I was yanking hard enough that it landed on it and stopped my finger, and I just basically pulled my finger off.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then I went. So it was dangling right here. It basically just like separated like right here. So it was dangling on skin. Well, when it hit, it pinched all the nerves, or it crushed all the nerves, so it never hurt. So I go to our local hospital, sit in the waiting room for 5 hours before they even seen me. Sent me home because the surgeon wasn't going to be in.
Oh my!
They said, "Here's Vicodin. If it starts hurting, keep it on ice."
If
it was still getting blood flow, so it didn't die. So they're like, "Yeah, just come in tomorrow and we'll reattach it." I'm like, "I've been here for 5 hours. Couldn't you just told me this a long time ago so that I can go home and like lay on the couch with a bag of ice,
right? Instead
of sitting in your stupid waiting room."
Oh no! As soon as I got there, they were like room number 1 right in there. Now they had an X-ray.
Yeah, but yours was open and exposed.
Yeah, I mean it was pretty.
My worst one was
mine was dangling.
Yeah, I on a Witty B, my buddy's place. We were cranking, and it was on kind of a hokey skid, and I stepped on the back of the skid. Well, it was still moving, and I stepped up a little higher, and I stepped in the well where the crank comes through.
Oh.
And so now I nobody sees it because I usually have shoes on, but I have a hammer toe. It's a little wider than normal. My wife said, "You're going to do something about it." I said, "What are they going to do? Pin it, and I'm going to be in a boot now." I said, "I'll just let it grow how it grows."
My buddy Jeremy, when I was still living at home, I had a 3/4 horse Ideal, and it was on a little wooden skid. Had about that much room between the flywheel and the skid. And we was, I don't know, midnight or something like that, 1 in the morning, in Dad's shop trying to get this thing running, and he was flipping it with a flywheel. Well, it fired, and he didn't get his hand off the flywheel when it ran through that little gap. Ran two of his fingers through there, and there had been some liquid courage involved in that, and probably good that there was, because he was hurting. I think it was going to hurt a lot worse if
I bought an Always Ready Kalamazoo off of Dale Carnes. I love the guy, but he is the most accident-prone person you've ever met in your life.
I've heard a lot of stories.
So there was an auction over here by Columbus, middle of summer, hotter than hell, and a bunch of oilers and just stuff. So Dale brings that engine over there, and I back truck to truck, and I grab it, and I pull it back, and I rotate the flywheel around when my thumb got caught between the flywheel and the cam gear, because there's like zero clearance. That's why it's sitting on my shelf. The little sign says, "Watch your fingers. It hurts." So I ripped half my thumb off, and I'm standing at this auction the rest of the day with, tape and everything else on it, and Rachel's with me, and she's like, the auctions, I'm hot and sweaty, and then my thumb's hurting, and I'm like, I just want to get home. And Rachel's like, "Can we go Giordano's pizza?" I'm like, "Yes." So I took her to Giordano's pizza or whatever. I don't remember what it tasted like, but
you remember your thumb hurt though.
And my thumb hurt. Yeah, hell yeah, it did. Yeah, I can care less about that engine.
Your wife had to doctor me up 2 summer shows ago, and I was flipping that XK that I just
We
did
have
the
a
video
nurse on staff at Kyle Spring at all times.
It was great. But I was rolling that and cranking it over, and I come up, and the fuel filler has that folded lip, and I come up underneath and stuffed that right in and laid the side of my finger open. So I went up there and I said, "I'm going to need some help." I showed her my finger. She goes, "Come on."
Well, Nathan Hershey was there a couple of years ago, and he had cut his leg a couple of days before with a razor knife. Well, he was out in the field doing something, and he squatted down, and it just like popped back open, and so she ran his ass down to urgent care, and they put 5 or 6 stitches in him. He was good to go. Wow. So we have a nurse on staff.
That's helpful. And she's nice.
To you guys.
That's what we're worried about.
I knew that was coming.
I'm surprised. She's like, "Did it hurt you, dumbass?" That's like, we're just kind of in the stage now. Bo wants to, jump and land and crashing and everything. It's like, figure it out, son. This weekend, we're not going to the ER, so.
We all learned the hard way, and that's
If
okay.
you're going to be stupid, you're going to be tough.
Is he still enjoying coming out in the shop and piddling with stuff?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got him some nails and a hammer, so he likes to hammer nails in the wood, and he'll get the old push broom out and just kind of scatter everything everywhere. Then we get the dump truck and the bulldozer out and put it all back in a pile. And
you got to get him this year to the Dresden show where they got where he can operate the equipment.
Yes, he'll probably operate
So
it.
this show, they have a little mini excavator. It's an older, it's like one of the, I don't know, probably early 90s mini X's, like the mini ones. And they have that there, and one of those John Deere backhoe bulldozers that I don't know what model it is. It's like one of the 400 series John Deeres from the, probably like the 70s, 60s or 70s. They, for $1 ticket, as many times as you want to spend $1, you can go up for like 2 minutes and supervised as a child and run these things and dig holes for
That's
2 days
fantastic.
straight. 2 days straight, all day. It's a line of kids that are getting on that equipment. They go. Parents hand them like $5 and they get 5 turns on there, and they go up and they dig a hole. And it's.
I thought about buying one of the little Chinese little mini excavators.
A friend of mine, he's got one of those. Got the little like clone Briggs and Stratton.
Yeah.
Buddy of mine's got one. He uses those around his house all the time, digging his creek out, things like that.
said
He goes,
they're
this thing
pretty
will lift more than you think.
Yeah.
Or like,
I thought about buying him one of those, but I'm afraid like God knows what that boy will dig around the house.
Everything.
Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine what we'd have dug if we could?
I know.
As kids.
call 811 for the entire property.
You give that 4-year-old kid an hour with a toy skid loader, and you're going to have a 2-foot crater in the damn dirt. I'm telling you. And you'll be like, where'd the dirt go? Why hold it over there?
That's fantastic.
We had, when I was growing up, we had a rubber tire off of Dad's John Deere B when he put new tires on it. It was in my sandbox behind the house. And I had, little toys and things like that. Well, then I got to using miniature dynamite, which was little firecrackers. It was a sandbox. I would get the black cat firecrackers, and I would take them all apart. So I'd have little sticks of dynamite, and it was a sandbox. So I go in there and I'd have a little mining. I had a little mining operation.
Really?
I'd like that. It'd blow the hillside, and I'd take my little dump truck and
Get
whatever.
your new cut in there.
Yeah, I get it. My parents probably should have supervised me more.
It's all right.
I still have all my fingers.
Hey, you still had all your fingers at that time.
It's like, man, yeah, I had this little sandbox and I had a little mining operation there, complete with blasting and everything.
Yeah. We watched that YouTube Gold guy too. Little RC equipment. They got like a little trommel.
I haven't seen that one.
It's cool as hell.
You seen I don't know if he's like on Instagram or TikTok. It's got the RC stuff
In the guy's basement. Yeah, that's
Really?
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's like dug like half of the foundation underneath his house. Like I think he has like a house that's like on a partial basement, and he knocked wall out, and he's got little RC diggers and dump trucks and things like that. And it's got to the point where like he's dug like half of his basement out, and he's got a door that goes outside where he digs inside, and the dump trucks go outside and dump it, and they come back. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's.
Have you
it's
guys
awesome.
ever been to Cabin Fever?
No.
No, I haven't.
They have a whole area set up, and it is. I had no idea the level of RC that's out there.
Yeah, I've seen
for
like some
digging
videos.
and
Yeah, I've seen videos.
hauling. I've been there 2 years in a row now, and
You see like the link belt cranes, like the miniature link belt cranes and
Yeah.
things like that they have. I've
Yeah.
seen like videos of that. I think it'd be cool to
like they can legit dig stuff with the excavators they have. Like they're big money,
excavators,
but I mean, they're
front
awesome.
end loader. Yeah, they're like now they got the all metal construction ones.
Yeah.
And like I've seen the videos of people in houses with like some of the I don't know, like quarter scale or whatever they are, like moving their furniture around with an articulated loader. I'm like, yeah, that's I'd absolutely.
I would definitely do it.
I would do it. Absolutely would do it. The coolest one, and this would be the reason I would want to buy one. Somebody had one of those like quarter scale articulated loaders, and they'd put a broom on the front of it to sweep their shop.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
It's just like a regular, like 3 foot wide broom. Had it just like bolted to the bottom of the bucket, and the bucket would come down, and he was just sweeping his shop with it. I'm like, that's the reason I would use it. That's the reason I need one.
I would have a lot of fun with that.
Oh, it'd be so awesome.
What are you doing? Just sweeping the shop, honey.
That'd be a
Are you
write-off
doing
too,
it, or
wouldn't
is your
it? Like,
machine?
That'd be a shop expense write-off.
I think so. I don't think I could do it in here because as cluttered as it is, but
Well,
There's ways around that.
If you ever got your skid loader done and out of here, you'd be all right.
yeah.
I mean,
You should have seen how I brought that thing in here.
they built the building around it, didn't they?
Yeah. No, so it sat where
I need this cabinet to put in my house. That'd be a nice little housewarming.
the mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's local. It ain't leaving.
I know, but I got a nice little globe.
Sure
that
you
can
do.
go.
Well, that skid steer sat outside in the
Change the
tent
subject.
barn. And I used my excavator and drug it because the motor's not running at the moment.
Okay.
So it doesn't freewheel. It's hydraulic drive. So I drug it to the apron because that Bessemer wasn't sitting out there. I drug it to the apron with the excavator, and then I used the forklift and got underneath of it and then chained it to the mast. So because I had all the weight on the forks, but it still wanted to kind of like tip off. So I got it chained, and every time I'd back up, it had enough weight out front. The rear tires of the forklift would come off the ground. So I found I don't know, like a 2 foot piece of steel that would fit in the hitch of the forklift. And I had a buddy of mine and my dad down here. I made them stand as counterweight on the forklift so it would steer every time I go in reverse,
Yeah.
it would lift the rear. It would want to twip. It would want to tip. So I picked it up there and I had to back it up and then spin it to come in here. So they just stood on the back of it. And then that's how we got it in here.
We did a job one time. We was removing these machines from a factory. You know, like, I don't know, they were like 10 foot in diameter drill heads. Like you had your main base and you had like, I don't know, like 10 or 12 drill heads around the thing. Like, you know, each station did something different.
Oh, okay.
And they were, I don't know, 12 foot tall or whatever. But we had an old 8,000-pound Clark and we still got it. We would take the drill heads off. You know, you basically had to disassemble it to get it out. So we take the drill heads off, and then like the main centerpiece was just right there, heavy enough where we could pick it up, but not really steer. Yeah. So Dad's on the forklift, you know, and we pick it off and get it down on the ground. Like, well, we got to get it outside. He goes, well, I can't steer. I said, okay, well, just hold on. So I hit it with a little 400 there and just kind of pushed him around, his ass end around, and that's how we steered him out. I mean, it was just enough to where he had a little tiny bit of tire on the ground, but I could just push him just a little bit, and that's how we steered that thing out of there. It was kind of neat.
Me and Jeremy and Dad and Jeremy's dad and Grandpa and a couple other guys, we were up in Newcastle, up above here, about 45 minutes. There was 4 Bessemers, 22.5 Bessemers, and a 25-horse Reed still on the well sites. And we went and pulled 2 of the Bessemers out and that Reed out. And the guy that Jeremy worked for at the time had one of those international track loaders. Mm-hmm. We were using it to pull everything out. And it would lift everything. It would lift and set it off like where we wanted to, and then we was just rolling them out on the flywheels. And we got to the one that we wanted, that I was getting. Well, it had been on like a concrete foundation. Well, the creek had eroded the bank away, and it kind of fell into the creek a little bit. Uh-huh. So when we were lifting it off, he could get over to it, but it was kind of sitting, like everything was sitting downhill, including the track loader. So he'd go to lift it, and it was lifting the track loader and wanting to like take it down the hill. So same deal like we did with the forklift. It had a winch on the back of it. Dad, Jeremy's dad, and myself all got on. We're all standing on the back of this international track loader as counterweight, trying to get this thing to lift and pull out of the valley with this 22.5 Bessemer. And I had a camcorder there, and I'm pretty sure I recorded it, and I can't find the footage because I recorded everything of taking the Bessemer out, taking the Reed out, and then getting my Bessemer out. And it's all on that mini VHS.
Some things are better not seen.
Well, I want to find it. And have it put on a digital so I can put it all together, and then I make like a YouTube video out of it or something. Because I was like...
What not to do.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like maybe 17 at the time, and Jeremy I think he's like 2 years older than me, so he may have been out of school. So he'd been like 19 or so. And yeah, we're pulling these things out, and it was pretty redneck.
Well, hey, I mean, it worked.
We got them out.
Yeah,
we still all three engines we still own.
We did another job one time down in Dayton at a factory down there. It was another big ass machine, and we pull a lot of machines out of factories for scrap. I mean, they got to pay. They were having rigged out, and then whatever else, and then usually this calls like, hey, we got this here, just get rid of it. You know, we'll take it for it. Okay, so. It was another big square thing. I don't know what, like CNC something. Mm-hmm. But it had all these little, I don't know, about the size of this table, like pieces bolted to it. You know, they're again different stations or whatever. So I'm down on the floor on the last one, unbolting the last bolt. And Dad is on the forklift. I think we rented a 20,000-pound lift for this. And he did something. But he didn't have the forklift in neutral, and he had the forks up close to it, and he bumps it. And when he bumps it, I pulled that bolt out, and that son of a bitch started falling over, and I'm laying right there.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah. So he comes off the forklift, and this thing like I mean, I could feel the wind off of it. So I lay there and I started crying. Like it scared me so fucking bad. Wow. I started crying. I stood up and I'm fucking shaking. And this black girl with big boobies come over and said, "Are you okay, honey?" I'm like, "I can be okay if I can hug you."
Okay.
She started laughing and finally, I smoked cigarettes at the time. I said, "I gotta fucking go outside, man." Wow. So I went outside and like smoked a half a pack of cigarettes. And he's like, he come out and goes, "Dude, are you okay?" I was like, don't ever fucking do that again. He goes, I didn't see it. I'm like, turn your eyes on.
Yeah, that could have been bad.
It's like the first time my dad actually fucking cares about me.
That is like a lot of paperwork.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that was before I was married. I mean, this has been probably 10, 12 years ago, but
Yeah.
It scared the shit out of me. Oh my God. You just got to be careful around stuff.
I hate like I've picked stuff off of well sites quite a bit. It sucks when you're like trying to lift something and you're trying to lift off of bolts or something.
Yes.
All it takes is just one of them to be cockeyed and getting hung up on it. And like that Patton Brothers, you've seen the video. I was sitting low and I didn't have enough lift on that thing. I was trying to get it up and off, and it's like, man, this is a pain in the butt. Well, and taking that big power.
The only difference I would have done on that, and you did a good job, don't get me wrong. The only difference that I would have done was lifted the front half, took your Sawzall, cut the bolts.
Yeah.
Just get them out of the way.
Just get them out of the way.
Well,
Then lift the back half, cut the bolts, and then just pull it straight off. That's the only difference I would have done.
in my thought at the time, because I'd used that excavator, which I was on the same plane.
Right.
I've used that excavator to move a 15-horse reed around.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, oh, this will be fine. I'll just be able to pick it up and lift it off.
Yeah, but you're
I wasn't sitting 3 foot lower.
Right, but you're also picking a 15-horse reed up here.
Right next
and
to
not
it.
out here.
If I'd have done it again, I would have just got up above it.
Right.
And picked, and then I've been fine.
You did great.
But
I mean,
I got once it started moving, I was committed. I'm like midway through, I'm like, there's 7 different ways I'd have done this.
But hey,
like,
you
I'm
got her
committed
hit,
now.
son. That's all that matters.
Something I didn't show in the video, when I got it off of that base, and because of where I was sitting and I was using the blade to like get myself up higher, I got it off the base, and I have a lifting thing that I made. I take the bucket off, and it's got a couple D-rings and a place for a clevis on it. I didn't put that on there because I was figuring I wouldn't have any issues lifting that. I'm like, it's smaller than a 15-horse reed. It probably doesn't, which I think it probably weighs as much as a 15.
Yeah. Well, it's got that pump on the side, too.
Yeah. I just like, it's a 12-horse. It's smaller, like way smaller. I'm like, it can't weigh.
I mean, it's basically the same engine as that, just with that big gear on it.
Yeah, so I'm like, flywheel's a little bit thinner.
Okay.
But I'm like, it'll lift it just fine. So I'm down there, and I'm like, So I swing it and get it over there. Well, guess what gets caught? The bucket gets caught in between the flywheels, and I'm boomed out so far because I'm trying to get it off the base. I can't do anything. I ended up having to cut my chain because I had a chain wrapped around the front and straps wrapped around the back. Well, the chain was tight, and I couldn't undo the chain, so I ended up having to cut the chain to get the pressure off because I was up against the flywheels with the bucket, like uncomfortably up against the flywheels. I'm like, I'm going to break them. And I cut the chain, and I was able to. Yeah, and I swung out away from it, but I'm like, this sucks.
Well, Paul, there at Cool Spring, you have that little New Holland.
Yeah.
That little thing's a lifting beast.
It's pretty impressive for what it is. That lifting plate really made the difference of
it's
getting rid of my forks.
You get rid of your forks. You just put that plate straight on there. You got your D-rings, your hooks.
Now I can see through it.
Yeah, you can see through it. You got that little stand on the back.
Yeah.
So people can ride with you back here.
You got counterweight on the back of that, don't you?
Yeah, I built that. So I had one of those fork pallet things.
Yeah.
And I built the platform extension so people could ride.
Yeah.
And I built it to hold suitcase weights.
Okay.
So I can hang. I got 500 pounds of suitcase weights hanging. I can keep them in or take them out and get a little bit more. And I can lift as much as I could with my tiller. So, and it's smaller and it's lighter to haul down the road.
I've always thought it'd be a cool video.
And you can hold people back here so they're not up your ass when you're driving.
Well, they always rode on my step, and I hated that because I couldn't see. It was limiting me. So now it's more comfortable when they can be behind me.
I always thought it'd be a cool video to do of just like how we move this crap, like the different ways to move big stuff.
Yeah.
People take for granted what you can do with like some well casing pipe and rolling stuff around. And then, to the point with like, a lot of us, it's been in the hobby for a while. Have acquired a forklift over the years, or like I'm sure you got a forklift in a New Holland, and
Well, it's just like I said. I mean, it might be sketchy, but it's first you got to make sure it's safe.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to hurt yourself. You don't want to hurt somebody else next to you. You don't want to hurt the equipment. You don't want to hurt your cargo you're carrying, unless it's scrap iron. We don't give a shit about scrap iron, but make sure it's safe. Second of all, it's going to look sketchy. It might come out whopper jawed and everything else, but sometimes that's the only option you have.
Yeah.
I mean, not everything can be a 10. You know, it's just it is what it is.
I like when I go to pick something up and I'm like, guys, it's not going to lift it. Oh yeah, just go ahead. I said, listen, I know what my machine does.
Yeah.
We're not picking that. And they're like, well, let's just try it. I'm like, all right, go ahead. That's okay. It goes, I said, I told you. Now let's go. Go get the fork truck.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I do that with dumpsters too. Like, well, we need to set this dumpster in this hole right here. It's like, I'm 80 feet when I break apart.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I don't have enough room. I'll be in the neighbor's yard.
Yeah.
Well, let's just try it anyway.
Like,
so
I can back it in there, but I'm not
try
pulling
it.
out from underneath
Yeah,
of
and
it.
everybody's like, this thing, just because you can back the damn truck in there, they don't realize that this container
gotta come out.
slides off. You know, 30
You got to
feet.
go out straight.
Yeah, you can't turn and go crock-eyed because it'll just dump the container off the side. I mean, it's kind of a pain. There's an art to it, but people just think you can just levitate it and just pull the truck out and set it down. Like shit, don't work that way.
Yeah.
They make trucks for that.
I'm sure they do, but I ain't.
It's not a dumpster truck.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the roll-off truck is a very handy truck to have.
Yeah.
I mean, we hauled that big Bessemer home. I don't know if we talked about the Bessemer.
Yeah, we did on the last podcast.
We hauled the big Bessemer home in the roll-off truck, and then we might be going to pick up this other piece with the roll-off truck. I don't know just yet. I got to make a phone call with that.
You need a flatbed roll off.
Well, we had one. We decided to put a machine on it that was way too heavy.
Oh,
And
Twist it.
We made a flatbed roll-off into a bowed bed.
Okay.
Bowed
Bed.
bed
yeah, the
roll-off.
bed roll off.
Because I mean, when you get that front up on there, you got to let it down, and then you got that the center is basically a few feet off the ground until you get it sucked all the way up on there.
Yeah.
So we had a machine that came out of Parker right down the road from us, and no, it wasn't that one. It was a different one. But we put that on there, and it just went made a big old smiley face out of it.
then you're like,
Choice words were spoken.
we used it as much as we could, but you got the two rollers that lock into the rollers up front, and then it would kind of lock in, but then the ass end would be like 3 feet off of the rails. We flipped it over one time and took the old track hoe and tried to beat it back into cement, and it didn't work. But
yeah.
I thought about just making like a little display roll off.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Put 5 or 6 little engines or one little engine. Make it like a little hut or something, and just
Who was it that used to show up
Rick
at
Dorrell.
Yeah, up at Cool
He
Springs?
used to work for Rumpke, and that's what.
Yeah,
Oh, the Cool Spring guys were from Long Island.
that's who. I'm
I
thinking
don't
of.
know. I don't know what their name was, and I ain't seen them up there in years.
Yeah, because they showed up with some Deutz autos
Yeah.
and some
Yeah.
cool stuff, and it was always on that
flatbed roll.
flatbed. It was a roll off.
It was the Mack truck roll off. Yep.
Really nice.
But Rick Dorrell used to do that too before he built the house, the trailer on wheels.
Yeah,
He just set it off, and that was his display, and ready to go. See ya.
Nice.
Like that'd be.
That would be a good time.
I mean, we
that
got
got me
truck.
thinking of that. Have you ever seen what we're talking about, the Mack truck at Cool Spring?
No, I don't think.
How long have you been collecting? Or like going?
I'm going to say 7 years.
Okay, so yeah, that was before that then.
Yeah.
Just before that.
Yeah,
I don't know what their names was, but
yeah.
I ain't
They were
seen
there
them.
every year for years.
Yeah, I don't know whatever happened to them.
Yeah. Huh.
If anybody
I like
knows,
the
let us
stories,
know. I hope they're okay.
It was
And-
cool. It was cool because it had 4 or 5
Yeah.
side shaft. I know there's at least 2 Deutz on there. Deutz autos, maybe a vertical, and it was always. I can't say it was always the same display, but it was like nice stuff. And they showed up, and they always parked up by like Windy City and rolled it off right there at Windy City.
And they'd drive the old Mac back and forth to the motel.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah.
it was one of them.
Need to find some pictures of
It was
that.
one of them European Macs, wasn't it? It was
No, I think it was like it was a newer Mac. I don't know if it was a Granite, but it was.
okay. I couldn't remember.
It was. I think it was like an RD or 688 or something like that. It was
Okay.
late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
I think it's like one of ours. I mean,
okay. I couldn't.
If I remember right.
Yeah, I just remember being white and it had it was the hydraulic. It wasn't quite like a roll off. It was one of those hydraulic arms that came
Yeah, the
out.
hook lift truck.
Yeah, it was a hook lift.
Oh,
it would,
okay.
would grab it and then pull it up on.
I think it was hook
It was
lift.
cool. Yeah, it was. It was cool.
And see those hook lift trucks, you use those as little cranes too.
You get the hook out and back, and
Yeah, just
you can.
get stuff up.
Yeah.
We don't have hook lift. We got cables. All ours cables.
Okay.
I mean, we got a 100,000-pound cable right behind our head. So,
You can just drag it.
oh yeah. And believe me, sometimes you need every bit of it.
Yeah. I like watching these guys up in the oil field up in like Canada that use the winch trucks and the boom trucks. That I guess they call them boom trucks. Have like a little A-frame that folds out and they start
Jib trucks or whatever.
Jib trucks,
Yep.
jib crane trucks. watching guys that like know how to operate one of them,
Yep.
that's impressive. And the stuff that they like drag up on the back
I
of
mean,
them.
you got to think about it. I mean, even this roll-off truck, I mean, you're not just driving down the road. I mean, you got to figure out, okay, how much slack is in this cable? How much room is behind my dumpster?
Yeah.
How much can I roll forward? There's a lot of bullshit going on.
Yeah.
When you're like, if you're ever talking to me on the phone, like, hold on, I'll call you back. I'm setting
Oh,
the
no,
box
I
off.
understand.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of bullshit going on for the next 2 minutes while you're getting that container off, or the next 2.5 minutes where you're putting it on.
Well, it's like guys around here that still do, like drill oil wells. Like some of the smaller drilling rigs, they'll just winch them up on the back of their winch truck, and they won't get them all the way up on because then you have to hook it to something to drag it off. So they'll get it up on the dovetail. Like you see all the winch trucks around here, they'll have a 30,000 or 40,000 pound Tulsa winch on it, or maybe more than that. And then they have this roller, either a roller on the back of the flatbed, or they'll have like a dovetail that comes way down, and they'll just winch their rig up, their drilling rig up, and it just sits right on the teeter. So when they get to where they're unloading it, they'll put a little bit of slack in the cable and kind of give it a little bit, get it to slide a little bit, and then it's on the ground, and they just walk out from underneath of it. And
You got to do that sometimes when we get heavy load.
Yeah.
Put a little slack and just
Yep.
I mean,
Get
a
it.
couple little feet just makes a difference.
Then you're like, oh, please, cable, don't break.
Oh, yeah. I tell you what, when things break, it's like a slingshot.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, thanks.
Good.
That's why there's that
metal
big
over
headed-
your glass on the back of the cab.
No. Usually when they break is when your hoist is up in the air.
Oh, okay.
And they go sailing through the air and they'll hit your hood. But that box is also free. Your rail's up and your box is halfway off. Cable breaks, box slides off, shoots your truck out. It's a fucking experience, that's for sure.
Because you're probably in neutral when you're setting
Most
them
of
off.
the time, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Letting the box just push you and walk you out from underneath of
Yep,
it.
most of the time.
That's a ride.
It is. Been there, done it. It's happened. I mean, don't like it to happen, but it happens.
Yeah.
Well, in any event. So, Paul, what's next? Just your 12 days of engines?
Yeah, and continued shenanigans, I'm sure.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll find something that continues to pique some interest.
Yeah.
And
You get, you buy projects throughout the year and like work them on in like winter slow time, or do you just try to piddle throughout the year?
I don't know. I never know when I'm going to find a project.
Okay.
I don't plan for it. I have plenty of projects at my shop. I have a lot of flat belt display stuff I want to work in for next year.
Yeah, because you started the group on Facebook, the flat belt
flat
implement.
belt driven implements.
Yeah.
I don't know how long I've had that one. That's been I like that end of it as well. And there was no group dedicated to that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I started that group.
Bill Hazard come up with that little planer. Oh, man, that thing's cute.
Yeah.
I'm not like a big tool guy or nothing, but like I can dig that.
It's neat, the stuff that comes out. I hope to get some more people involved in that and get some more actual display stuff. And I'm pushing next year pretty hard for me to have more display stuff myself.
That's one of my goals. There's a 3-horse M behind Kyle, and I'd have to find it, but there's an International Harvester or a McCormick Deering advertisement that shows like a 3-horse M going to I think it's a cream separator, a corn sheller, a burr mill, and maybe something else. But it's their actual advertisement, like showing like what the engine and like their line of equipment could do. And I want to like recreate that
That'd be cool.
as I want to do it on like a skid and like build a little shed around it, like make it look like what that advertisement is and find all the same equipment. And McCormick Deering stuff's pretty easy to find, and be able to like take it to a show and like have the engine sitting here going up like how they have it in a display to a line shaft.
See, he needs a roll-off truck too.
Yeah.
You got a crane truck.
Oh, I got a crane trick. I'll just
Pick the whole display up, set it down.
I got eyelets. I'll just yeah.
Get you an old shipping container and cut the sides off of it, and there you go.
That's a great idea.
Just like a little 20-footer.
Yeah, that'd be perfect for that.
Just cut the sides out of it, and leave the 4 posts for your lifting.
Yeah.
That'd be neat.
Just you can make roll down sides.
Gears are turning. You see that?
Yeah, they
You
are.
make roll down sides out.
But I think I've always wanted to do that because you look at the old advertisements, like they show them like in their barn and they got the the line shafts and everything, and like this is our lineup of because like sandwich made engines and basically the same as like they were like the International as well, just so
Yeah.
have find an advertisement. I know I have one. It's McCormick Deering, and that's fairly easy to find, at least around here. Find all that stuff, restore it. You know, I never paint anything, but I think I would paint that and like have it look like the advertisement, and then have the go and display it and have the advertisement, and then people can look at this and look at that. I'm like, oh, like, you know, that would spark. I'm like, oh, this makes sense now. Like, this is why they do that. I kind of thought about doing it and then just taking it down.
It wouldn't just be a cannon you're hauling down the road there, son.
Yeah, I was driving over Cool Springs up through I think it was Youngstown, and I had to pull over and get fuel, and I had to chuckle. Some guy in this beat up Ford Ranger was standing there talking to somebody else at the gas station, and I heard him talking. This guy was talking real loud anyway. And he goes, "That's some of them, they're steam motors." And I just turned around and I just chuckled, and Jeremy was with me. And so we was making fun of that guy on the way to Cool Spring. I say, "How many of them steam motors you going to sell, Chase?" I'm like, "I don't know. You know, they're kind of rare. Them steam ones are, you know." I'm like, at least he knew what they were.
Oh, yeah.
He was some junkie. I should have went over and talked to him, because if he knew what they were, he probably had scrapped some.
Maybe he knows where there's some more.
He probably scrapped some at some time. Man, I screwed that up.
I want to make a display with that Hercules with the bulldozer water pump.
Yeah.
Come out of the well house.
Yeah.
I kind of want to make it like a mock corner of a well house with running water in a tray, and then the well pump pumping.
So that's like with the oil field stuff here. I was telling whatever one of you asked, like what I was going to do with this, is get this running and then put the shackle line jacks and everything, and just, you know, it's not going to be real far. It'd be 100 foot of shackle line, but have this running in like the Superior and the turntable. And I've already got a Myrick engine and pump jack back in the woods.
Nice.
That's under roof and a shanty like it would have been back in the 20s. Same deal. The pump jack, the Myrick engine, and the wellhead, oddly enough, I have an advertisement from Myrick.
Nice.
And it's the same stuff that's sitting back there. So I have that printed off in a little frame hanging on the wall, and it's from like 1923. That's the kind of, I like recreating the ads. I think that's kind of cool, because then you have something from the manufacturer. You can show them like, yeah, this is all how this is all supposed to work together. But that's what I'm going to do, like with the displays for the oil field stuff.
So what's your next project in here, Chase?
I'm getting this 6-horse M I restored in, probably middle school to high school. Restored it and built a cart for it and got it running. And the last time it ran was my senior graduation party, and then it got stuffed away in the corner of Dad's garage.
It was buried in the far back here for a long while.
We put that addition on the garage, put it, for whatever reason, put it in that was like the first thing to go in the addition. Well, then kept buying more and more engines. And then they just kept getting stacked and stacked and stacked.
I think the 18-year-old smile was still on it when you fired it back up. Though.
Probably.
Because you looked pretty happy when it was running.
That thing runs, before you guys leave, I'll fire it up. That thing runs so good. And for whatever reason, I got the exhaust set up to where it's like super quiet, and it just sits there and boop, boop, boop.
Nice.
Boop.
You really can't beat an Overstrike M.
No.
I mean.
But it literally been, in 26, because I graduated high school in 06. In 26, it'll be 20 years since that thing run, because it was my graduation party.
Yeah.
So, and the other reason it got out of the shop was because Dad was putting new siding. He had T111 siding on the shop, and on the back side that faces the woods, it was always moist, was rotten. So I told Dad, I said, well, if you're getting that siding replaced, like, when are the guys going to show up? I'll come like the day before, and I'll pull the siding off where this thing's sitting, and I'll pull it out of the back of the shop. And it was roughly ground level. There was like maybe a 6-inch difference. Roughly ground level, and I just yanked it out with a come along out of the back of the shop, and then they came the next day and put new siding on. But I was able to pull it out and had to take it, hooked it to my Samurai, drove it around the shop so I could get it down, and then I got a little golf cart tilt deck trailer. So I drug it out with the come along, hooked it to the Samurai, drove it around in front of Mom and Dad's house, because they kind of live in like a little housing development. And I had that little tilt deck golf cart trailer. I come alonged it up onto the golf cart trailer, and then pulled it home with the Samurai, which the Samurai needs, the motor in it needs rebuilt, because about all I could do is about 45.
I might have to rebuild the motor of my pickup truck. I pulled in here, my low oil pressure light come on, like, row.
5 liter?
Yeah.
You running Napa filters on it?
No, probably Wicks.
They've been having problems with, I know Napa filters. I don't know if Nick Wicks is the same. Wherever they're making them over in India, they're not putting.
Collapsing.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Well, I mean, I ain't had a problem until just today.
That's weird.
So I don't know if it's because it's cold or
Could be. You need oil?
well, I don't know yet. I'm gonna check it before I roll out of here.
I have some. There's some T4 Rotella up there you can throw out there.
Yeah, I might have to borrow some from you there.
Might be a little heavy on the weight.
Well, I mean, if I just revved it up a little tiny bit, it went away. I don't know. I don't know if it's a sensor or what. I don't know.
Could be.
I'm gonna check it here since we get everything packed up.
Yeah, but that's the current project. I need to wash it. It runs now. I need to wash it.
And then it'll never run again.
It might once a
20
year.
years.
Okay.
It might once a year. Take it down to the Dresden show and run it. That thing, I remember when I did show it, Dover Steam Show, Lynn Bosio and John Bosio. That was kind of where I met them too. And that thing would sit there and run and never miss a beat all day long. You'd fill the water hopper up, it'd have steam blowing out of it, and that thing would sit there and just run all day long. And it was quiet, so it wasn't like obnoxious. It's got a little Hercules muffler on it. And I'm kind of afraid to change it to the M muffler because it might change the sound. I don't know.
I'll just leave it the way it is.
Yeah. So I was down at your show and there was M mufflers and I almost bought one
Right.
for this to make it right. But I'm like, you know what? That's
wouldn't
how I
worry
made
about
it. That's how I made it years
Obviously,
ago.
it's
I
what
didn't
it
know
is.
any better. The only thing that I need to work on is I was never able to get it at the RPM it runs right as it is because I have the governor weights off of it. It wouldn't run on. It still won't run on the mag. And I'm fairly certain it was in time. So I retimed it a couple nights ago. Yeah, it's a rotary. I retimed it a couple nights ago to make sure it was, right when it's coming over the poles, and it still won't do it. So I'm going to pull it back off, throw it on the mag charger, and maybe kind of go through and try to get it to where it will run.
I mean,
it
shouldn't take much to create a spark on that.
No. So I need to do that, but like it always ran, and that's how I had to run it was battery and coil at the shows. It was always on battery and coil to get it to sit there and run all day. If I would speed the RPM up, it would run on the mag, no problem.
It probably just needs a charging.
Yeah, somebody rebuilt. I can't remember if Garland Moore redid that mag for me or if when I bought that, it was already done. I don't know. I don't remember. I have pictures of when I bought that thing, and I'm sure because it was in pieces, and I could probably find in there if it looks the same. Maybe the guy before me had it because I bought that engine over in Delaware, Ohio. Some guy had it in a little 2-car garage in the middle of town, and it was primer gray, and he had it all tore apart, and the head was cracked on it, and he started fixing the head, and he wasn't real old, maybe in his 60s. I paid $600 for it in like 03 or 04, and took it home and piddled with it and got it running. And then before Dad had his shop built, their house is like built into hillside, and the 2-car garage goes underneath their house.
Okay.
So it's 2-car garage and then like workshop, and that's where when me and Dad started collecting, all the engines were like underneath the house, and I put that whole thing together. Built the cart for it because I couldn't afford to buy an 6-horse international M cart. So I built one that looked similar to it.
Right.
And I welded it all up, which I noticed that one of my welds just failed. Poor penetration, apparently. But, yeah.
You can fix that.
Yeah. So it runs again. I got, like you said, you seen the video of it running the other night.
Yeah.
So I need to clean it up, and that'll be a YouTube video. After that, I got a Fuller & Johnson farm windmill pump engines.
Yeah, I've seen it back here. It's pretty nice.
I've had that for like 2 years. I bought it off in Winland like 2 years ago. I have a holding tank for my house is spring fed. So I have a holding tank that's got a concrete top on it. Well, the concrete top needs replaced. It's all busted up. So I'm thinking about getting that running and putting a pump down inside and just putting the engine on top of it, over top of the holding tank, and then I go out there and fire it up and then pump it into into a bucket, and then have the bucket just drain right back into the holding tank. So I can go out there and fire it up, have it pump water.
Sit there and drink you a nice cold Mountain Dew or something and just watch your pump.
Yeah, just have it sit out in front of the house and just have it, sitting there running.
What's what Mark Mooney's got?
Same thing as like Mark. He has that holding tank.
That's awesome.
I really
That cistern or whatever
I
he
really
has.
love to get up to his little show. But he's got one sitting out by the road in the.
He's got a little shed he built around
Yeah.
it. Yeah. It's like an old cistern he had.
Yeah.
Yep. Works well.
Yeah. I went up there last year, year before. I was over there working in Butler, and I got the evening off and ran up. Well, actually, I was working there all week, and I ran over to Chris Austin's and BS'd with him, and we went up to eat up at Murdoch 2's. I think is what it was called.
Never heard of it.
Nope.
Whatever
I'm
the
not familiar with
whatever
that
whatever the restaurant was right there from the house. We went up there and ate and bullshitted with Chris, and then the next night I think I ran up to Mark's and stayed at Mark's till like midnight.
That's one thing I like about traveling sometimes is I get to get out and see some other people
I worked
around.
I worked over in York, PA for a couple months, and there's a industrial museum in York that's really good, and they got a couple of York engines in there, and Eli I think was the other one. I forget. It was a big industrial looking thing. I didn't recognize it right away. I had to Google it, but it's a really nice museum.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, if you're ever in York or
I'm
like
not that
around
way
or
often
around
enough.
or around Gettysburg or something like that. It was right downtown. It was, I don't know. I spent probably 2 or 3 hours in there just looking at stuff, and it was all stuff. It was like right up our alley.
I got an idea for a road trip that we all just need to go on together. Johnny Branches.
The heck was that?
Something outside's been out here gurgling the whole time.
Okay, Johnny Branches.
Yeah, this little hoorah's in February, I think.
Is it?
Yeah,
That's not too far.
so I can come over here, get you. We go up to Paul's, get him.
Yeah.
Then we can stop and pick somebody else up on the way if we wanted to.
That'd be a good time.
I mean, he just lives out in the middle of BFE,
Yeah.
and there's no good way to get there. We've been doing this for an hour and 52 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dear God. I gotta go. It's 1:30.
Aw.
Well, anyway, get your kids signed up for our engine giveaway.
Yep.
Briggs and Stratton.
Next time we do it, we'll make sure it's a flywheel engine.
Yeah, so we don't get
Yeah.
crucified by the
I got a plan for that next year. I already have an engine. I'd like to make some videos and do some stuff on and make it as a all year long kind of.
Yeah.
Take it to shows, show the progress.
So I haven't decided if I'm going to do it for 50,000 subscribers on YouTube or 100,000 subscribers, but I'm going to give away like a horse and a half Hercules.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Nice. I have 2 really nice original paint Jaegers that I was thinking about maybe putting on, who makes the butcher block carts?
Dennis Peters.
Peters. Buying a Peters cart and then getting the engine running, making like a video out. It won't take much to get the engine running, but like make it nice, a small engine that somebody wanted to, if they wanted an engine, it'll be a giveaway for, I haven't figured out how I'm going to, whenever I reach out, like if you have to sign up for it or if I just pick through like the subscriber list, which would be interesting because that's all around the world. So that may not work. So I may have to make it to where like you have to enter somehow, but it'd be like to celebrate for like I said, I'm 10,000 away from 50,000 subscribers.
Nice.
So I don't know if I want to do it for that or if I want to do it for 100,000. I kind of want to celebrate 100,000 because that's when you get the plaque from YouTube. That's
really?
That's your first milestone when you hit 100,000 subscribers.
Okay.
I kind of want to do it for that and make it a multiple month long entry, but you have to be subscribed to the channel, and so that would boost the subscription rate to go up and like get more people to subscribe type thing. Kind of
Tactics.
Yes, that's what it would be.
That sounds like a damn politician.
That's
I'm only 49,989 away.
I don't know what it is. I forgot about it. November and December on YouTube suck because it's holidays and everybody's out traveling, and I don't know why, but ad revenue people, like the people who are playing ads, they pay less too during that month.
Because they know there's less viewership.
Yeah. So my ad revenue has cut in half in November and December from what I had been doing like consistently every month.
Yeah. You would think that they
you would think because of Christmas and trying to push things,
right?
That they would go up.
You would think, wintertime in the United States or whatever, there ain't gonna be much to do, so we're gonna watch YouTube.
Apparently not.
I'm sorry, but when it's nice and sunny outside and hot, I'm typically outside.
Yeah. So after January, it comes back, and I can go and trend like how my videos do. My videos, which if I was more consistent putting them out. But I put videos out more consistently at the beginning of the year, like January, February, March, April, May, and then you get into summer months, which is busy for me at work.
Yeah,
I don't get out here as much, and usually if I'm doing a video, it's like film, edit, put it out, and then I don't have anything after that, I have to immediately start another video. I don't have like a back catalog of stuff to work on. Like I can film ahead of time and then like release like one a month. I'm trying to get there. I actually have a couple of things filmed, pulling that Superior out and then doing this. And then I need like that Patton Brothers building when I need re-erect it. So I have a little bit of a catalog. I can like maybe for like 3 months get ahead and try to stay ahead and like do a video a month, which would be kind of cool. And stay consistent that way so that it keep people interested in it. But anyway, where I was going was for the 4 years that I've been monetized, or for 3 years I've been monetized, 4 years I've been doing YouTube, the viewers in November, December, just, and then January, like mid-January, it comes back and you like real strong, like the first like 4 months, 5 months in the beginning of the year.
Then summer hits.
And then summer hits and it stays, and it may stay consistent throughout summer because my viewers during the summer find my videos that I do at the beginning of the year and carry my channel until like when I slow down, I can start doing videos again. And then the end of the year, and I'm like, why is nobody watching my stuff? I'm like, I'm putting the same type of video out. Yeah. But I've like gotten to the point where I Google
Is that your 5-horse Galloway on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's back. It's on the shelf on the other side. But it crashes at the end of the year, and it got to the point where I Googled. I'm like, does YouTube viewership go down at the end of the year? And it's like a popular Google search feature because apparently other people will notice it, and they're like, yeah, this is what happens, and they attribute it to the holidays, like Google when you search it.
That made no sense.
To me, it doesn't either. But like you think, like people are off and they're like at home, but I guess people are spending time with their family. So
well, anyway, get yourselves signed up for your 15 years or younger for our engine
giveaway.
Yep.
Sorry, it's not a flywheel engine.
We'll try better next time.
Yeah.
If we can hand it off to you, we will. If not, we'll ship it to you, whichever. It ain't much, but it's something.
Yep.
Starting point.
It ain't much, but it's honest work.
Yeah, something like that. Go follow Paul Carucci and the Old Iron Emporium on the Facebook's machines.
You can go follow me, Cast Iron Curiosities, which now has a Facebook page. And then also the YouTube channel. Subscribe to YouTube and like the page or follow the page on
you guys want to cut me out of this thing because I'm just like not the popular YouTube sensation.
You do two physical shows, a show and a swap meet. We live on this imaginary thing that could go away at any day point in time. You know, when Skynet takes over, they're going to get rid of our channels. You at least have something physical.
Well, whatever.
So
Kyle Spring show is April 17th and 18th. I think the Farm Collector has it as the 18th and 19th, but it's the 17th and 18th, Friday and Saturday. Okay. The third Friday and Saturday in April.
You just try and be consistent with that's what it's going to be?
Yes, I am, because Le Sueur's the weekend after.
Okay.
The pre-30 auction stuff is the weekend after, but they have their open house and stuff that weekend.
Yeah.
So people can...
Tractor school. And
they can travel back and forth pretty easily, 6 hours.
Yeah.
And it's the third weekend in April. It just seems to be...
So you put some thought into that.
Nothing else going on. Yeah. I mean, typically the weather's okay in Ohio the third weekend in April. Mm-hmm. Fourth weekend's usually, hit or miss, literally.
I love that reference.
Anybody that says it, you're like, oh, you're just...
We get excited.
Yeah, you're just making a comment.
We're hoping to have the big patent running by then. We'll see.
What'd you say was wrong with the cylinder? Cracked?
It's just cracked, yeah. Okay. It's off.
Who was fixing it?
I am.
You're fixing it?
Yeah. I'm
brazing it or welding it?
I'm going to weld it. I'm going to use muggy weld rod, and I'm just going to drill holes at each end and warm it up a little bit.
It's just a water jacket.
That's like $50 an inch. Nope.
You don't have to use that.
Yeah, you don't have to, but I got this muggy weld rod. I'm just going to give it a whirl.
Okay.
It's low nickel. We've used it on other stuff, and it seemed to work out pretty good.
I have Palco 808.
This stuff is the same, basically the same shit.
I don't have rod. I have welding wire.
Okay.
I haven't used it yet.
See, I was looking to get Palco.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll find it. I think it's in here.
I was looking to buy Palco, but I don't know where I don't think you can buy it no more.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
I just got it last year. You have to buy it direct from Palco.
Okay.
My buddy Gottschall, Greg, a friend that he works with, or he does some job shop work for, was buying some, and I bought 2 pounds, which was like $160 for 2 pounds.
Yeah.
Just a 1 pound spool. Mm-hmm. But Greg has used it on, that head right there. It's got the crack
Yeah.
on it. That's Palco.
Okay.
And then he fixed my Myrick detent rod when I tipped the cylinder over and broke it. He fixed it, and it welds good. It stays shiny, but if you run over it with a needle scaler, it looks like cast. So if you paint something, you'll never know.
Can't tell the difference.
So here's a picture. Jimmy, we had a couple cracks on that cylinder on the Harvard Stickney.
He used it on it.
He used Muggy Weld on it. Where's it broke?
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Now with
You
that,
can obviously see it's right through here.
what I want to try with it, will that do dissimilar metals?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. And
I've
then
never heard of Muggy Weld. Yeah.
It's about $10 a stick,
Okay.
and there's 6 sticks. Comes in a 1/2-inch
Yeah.
PVC pipe. So I didn't know how much it was.
Yeah.
I just said, "Hey, I need 5 pounds of this shit." Okay. Well then, I said, "Here, I need."
Which to them is probably not like
right
out of the.
I think it was
out
like
of the
5
ordinary.
pounds. So I bought 5 pounds, had it shipped. I think it was 5 pounds. Had it shipped. Didn't pay no attention until I looked at my bank statement.
Yeah, like an $800 charge.
It was almost $700. I said, "Oh."
Hope it stuff's good.
So I gave Jimmy a couple tubes of it to work on that, and I've used a couple there in my garage for welding stuff. But the rest of it stays in the dresser drawer on the back. When we walk in our back door, there's like a dresser we keep our hats and gloves and shit. I got the rest of it.
You was probably on Marketplace looking for a rod dryer.
No, I just keep it tucked in that dresser.
I gotta keep this stuff good.
Like, just it stays warm, stays cool. It stays in that dresser.
Yeah.
Until I need it, and then I'll pull a 1/2-inch piece of PVC pipe out of a golden rod, and
Yeah.
like I figured it's about $10 a stick, so 9 something.
The stuff with the MIG wire requires no preheating.
That's what this is.
Yeah, it's just you weld it like mild steel, right on cast.
They say it welds better if you just put like a little bit of heat on it, just enough
think
to the touch,
Just to warm it.
just to warm it.
I think when Greg did that head, because he was doing a bunch of cast iron stuff at once. He has cast iron cookware.
Yeah,
And he was welding like some broken handles off, and he would put on like a gas grill, would preheat everything on it, just whatever, like hot to touch. And then I think he did the same with that head. And then what he told me every time he's used it, because he did his 4-horse, I think it's a 4 or 6-horse famous cylinder. He welded it up and did the same thing with it. 2 passes. First pass, you'll question if you know how to weld or not, because it's like it sinks in real deep.
It's bringing all the garbage out too.
Yeah,
probably.
it sinks in fairly deep, and then he goes, you do that top coat, and then that's what you grind down in needle scale, and then you're done. He goes, it's just like
well,
welding.
we welded my 45 diesel block with that Muggy Weld, and we hit it with it was broke between the cylinders of the little web. So we'd weld it and then needle scale it, peen it in real good, and hit it again, peen it. We did, I think, 3 little passes, just to, because that was the first time I ever used it. We didn't know what to expect, but it turned out great.
Yeah,
Easy to machine.
he loves that stuff. He swears by it. That Palco 808.
This is basically the same stuff. It's just a very low nickel content.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to machine.
Yeah, Palco has a website. Palco, I think it's just palco808.com, and they list like how to use it, and they have a
Muggy Welds, muggyweld.com. Yeah, it's pretty cool shit. But
yeah, I'm anxious to try it because I wanted, like I've told you before, I want to do like a 5-horse. You mentioned I had a bunch of Hercules stuff back here. There's a reason for that. They're going to become there's 5 or 6 tank cooled Hercules is going to be created, or well, maybe not created, but attempted to be created on the stuff that's over there because there's so many of them around. That's like a common.
How do I get in on that?
So well,
I think a twin cylinder would be even cooler.
I know.
Yeah, I tell you what, I got a lot of thought put into that.
He's trying to talk me into doing an opposed piston.
I have a SketchUp drawing of that and how to do the crank. And
Well, you have that little model. Isn't it an opposed model?
yeah,
Or whatever that weird thing is.
it's a while. It's not opposed. The 2 pistons come together in the common chamber.
Okay, so it's like a Kansas City lighting
Yeah,
engine.
they fire off one fire, one
Yeah.
but side shaft, vertical
Yeah,
flywheel
that's
governor.
right.
Like it's got all the cool little goofy
So
things.
weird.
But a lot of guys try to buy that. Of course, nobody offered money, but I don't want to sell it.
2 things I want to do. I want to just take, there's that 7-horse Hercules over there. I want to turn that into a tractor,
Okay.
but I want to take the hopper off and then cut the cylinder and make it tank cooled. And then make it like a big Fairbanks, kind of look like a big Fairbanks prairie tractor.
Okay.
So it's just miniature.
Well,
7-horse engine.
Fairbanks for a Fairbanks.
Because I want hit and miss.
Oh.
And then I'd like to do a 5-horse or a couple 5-horses as practice because there's like 5 blocks over there. And I have enough parts to make a couple complete engines. Make one of them just tank cool just to play with and just show. And then I want to go a little more extreme and then make one side shaft.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Like make a head for it. And it could be a fabricated head or, something like that. Not real fancy, but be able to make a head and then just do because I love how Hercules bases are, that real tall base. I think it would look cool as a side shaft tank cool engine. And then, you could be in it fairly cheap.
I think what would be neat is if you had like an overhead cam type of deal, like the Springfields.
Yeah.
Had the shaft coming up to a bevel gear and had it running over to work the valve.
I'll tell you how I want to make the head. I want to make, how the Millers are with a valve on top and a valve on bottom, or kind of like a Falk. Falk was like that too. That's kind of what I want to do is like have, so you got dual rocker arms.
Okay.
Maybe not so much dual rocker arms, but have like a valve on top and a valve on bottom. And
let's just call Jesus here and see if we can get a couple more lifetimes added to this.
Yeah, I know. what did I comment? It was that oil field picture you posted, that engine.
I don't remember.
But I said, well, let's just make one. And somebody commented.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody commented, like, on your behalf, like, I think you have enough projects.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't too long after that. I was getting a text from Justin and Chris. But they said something that Chris Staples said something. They said, well, you guys want one or what? I mean, this would be badass.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
They're game to do anything. If somebody will, help support the financial side of it.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, it's what it takes. Nobody else, I mean.
Again, Scott, subscribe to Cast Iron Curiosities. I'll make a bunch of cool stuff. I just need money.
Send in for our giveaway, 15 years or younger, to P.O. Box 45, Lewisburg, Ohio, 45338. Include your name, age, and a phone number where we can call you if you're a winner. We'll be drawing January 1st. So far, we have 0 entries.
I don't understand that.
I have not checked the mail this week yet either. Yeah. So I checked it last Friday, nothing. But
we haven't been pushing it that hard.
No.
I gotta get my stuff out there.
That's our goal for today. When you guys get home,
what?
Just make a post.
I will try.
And I'll do the same.
I will try. But
maybe that'll be my first actual post.
I'm gonna go out here and check my oil, get this stuff put away.
Yeah, we got to make sure Kyle can make it back to Dayton.
My Nissan won't drag you that far with the truck.
Yeah.
I'll be taking a Samurai home.
Boy, that'd be a long, cold ride, buddy. I don't have bibs that'll fit you.
Oh, man. Yeah, we'll be all right. We get AAA. We'll be there for 3 weeks before they pick us up.
Wait, real quick. I pulled a stupid stunt at work the other day.
Doesn't surprise me.
My office is 2 hours away from here now. Drive out there, making phone calls on the way out. Whole truck full of stuff of like supplies because this on-duty location's in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
We service a big landfill and a couple of refineries, and like this is like central to everything. So it's in the middle of Hopedale, Ohio, which is in the middle of nowhere. I drive out, get out of my truck. I don't know what I did. I threw my keys in the center console, locked the truck. Luckily, I could get in my office. I didn't need my keys. It's just keypad. So I got in there, and I'm like, there is no tow companies. Like the closest one is Mingo Junction, which is Steubenville, Ohio. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, it's going to be at least an hour. I was right. It was at least an hour. But we have this thing called MK where we run all over its fleet management. And I never use it. I just despise having to like call somebody to explain what I need. And I'm like, you know what? Guess what? It's getting used today. And my computer's locked in my truck. Luckily, I had my cell phone. And I was able to go back through my emails and find the number for MK because it wasn't in my phone. Why would I do that? Well, then,
use it.
Yeah. So like again, and I'm like, well, how am I going to identify? Well, they just needed the last 8 of my VIN. Yeah, and they set everything up. I said, this is what I did. This is where I'm at, and then that's all they ask. And they set somebody up. And they shot me a text. So and so's on their way, and the guy showed up, and he goes, "How new's your truck?" And I said, "It's a 22." And he goes, well, I'll give her a shot. They make a lot of these new ones where if you can't break into them, because if they aren't open with the key, or they sense they're being broken into, as they somehow have sensors on the doors, that they will go into, like, you can't hit the button on the inside to unlock. He goes, I'll give it a try. He goes, your truck, no guarantees. I said, well, it doesn't have OnStar. I don't know how else you'd get into it other than having a key. And he goes, yeah. I'm like, okay. Well, about 15 minutes later, he got in. I'm like, oh, thank God. I'm like, I'm 2 hours from home, and I'm like, who am I going to call? I'm like, we have a taxi company that taxis crews around. I'm like, am I going to call them to come get me, to take me to the main office to go get the spare key that probably doesn't exist?
Why do you have a 4-hour charge?
Yeah. And I'm like, well, and then like earlier, like a month prior to that, I was heading to the gas station. I ran out of gas on the way to the gas station because I wasn't paying attention. So I had
company truck, them poor things.
I was like, man, I ran out of gas. I'm like literally like 2 miles from the gas station. Luckily, one of the track department guys I just passed. And I just passed the gas station. I was in La La Land, and I called him. I'm like, hey, do you have a gas can in your truck? He goes, well, we have mixed gas. I'm like, well, I don't need that. He goes, can you just come get me and take me to the gas station? I'll buy a stupid gas can. I paid $18 for a 2-gallon gas can. Well, the company paid $18 for a 2-gallon gas can to put $6 of gas in to go put in my truck so I could drive to the gas station.
Just keep some gas in that can that stays in.
It's in the truck.
Yeah.
It's against company policy to leave a gas can in the bed of the truck, so it's in the toolbox.
Okay. Just in
There's
case.
nothing important in the toolbox. I'm sure it's going to off gas and explode one day. There'll be an electric shock and poof.
It'd be all right.
Whatever. All right.
All right then. Until then, check
we'll,
out Cast Iron Curiosities, Chase's page, Old Iron Emporium, Paul's page. I don't have a page because I'm not that cool.
We're going to fix that.
We're going to try.
Yeah. The Should Run with podcast on YouTube and Spotify. And we also have a Facebook page that probably gets more love than
anything,
any of it.
Yeah. I have been posting little bits here and there.
Yeah, you've been doing, I find when I made you an admin.
Yep. I've been trying to do some stuff here. So,
yeah.
Other than that, till next time.
Yeah. Go out and get your hands dirty. Catch you later.